Chapter 1640. Su Delin's beautiful eyes looked at Lin Xian. You brat, are you trying to stall for time, or what? Do you think stalling for time is useful? Either you follow me or you die. You choose. Lin Xian smiled and said, Looks like you don't know. Trying to goad me? Su Delin sneered. Childish brat, if that's the case, I won't waste my breath with you. Whoosh. As soon as she finished speaking, a wave of energy erupted from her body. The energy that she released caused both her and Lin Xian to disappear from where they stood. Back then, she had devoured that woman. After devouring her, she had obtained an ability. That ability was to obtain that woman's memories. Therefore, although she was once a person, she was now completely familiar with some things in modern society. She also knew about things like surveillance cameras, so she definitely didn't want to be discovered at the moment. Therefore, she released a burst of power and brought Lin Xian into her domain. Well, although she could easily control Lin Xian's life and death, to be honest, she was still afraid of the power Lin Xian had displayed before. She felt that it was better to be careful and get rid of him first. In the darkness, Lin Xian and her stood there facing each other. Lin Xian sensed for a moment. He didn't know the specific effects of this domain, but Lin Xian could sense this woman's realm. Great Void Stage 7 stars. She was indeed very strong. Furthermore, it was definitely not her full cultivation. It was just that she had not fully recovered. However, it was still alright. After all, Lin Xian had killed a 5 stars absolute void stage martial artist. Hence, it was still acceptable that she was now a 7 stars absolute void stage martial artist. Ha ha ha, Lin Xian chuckled. Since you've said it, you should know that I've killed your grand tutor, one who was at the 5 stars of the virtuous void stage. Do you think that you, who is only at the 7 stars of the virtuous void stage, can take advantage of me? Ha ha ha, you're quite confident. Otherwise, why would I dare to come out and look for you? Lin Xian twisted his neck and said, Oh, is that so? Then let me test your strength. But you have to understand that you are now in my domain. Then, her pupils glowed pink. Of course, Lin Xian knew that this was her domain, so he had been wary of this domain from the very beginning. Only when the power of the domain erupted did Lin Xian understand that the effect of this domain was to make Lin Xian lose his consciousness. Simply put, he would be charmed by this woman. Once charmed, it was equivalent to losing all ability to move and fight. He was quite strong. But no matter what, her powers belonged to the bewitching category. Even though Lin Xian's eye of spiritual insight seemed to be the ability of his eyes, as long as Lin Xian activated it, he wasn't afraid of these fancy effects at all. Therefore, Lin Xian stood there without any clues. He opened his hands and held the Shenyuan sword and the holy sword in his hands at the same time. Lin Xian could guarantee that he would be fine, but Lin Xian didn't dare to say that he could kill her. Previously, Lin Xian relied purely on poison to kill Grand Preceptor 1. Now, Lin Xian didn't have this poison, so he didn't have the capital to kill this woman. But now, no matter what, Lin Xian must solve this matter. If he couldn't, then whether it was himself, Qin Yijuan, or anyone else, they might be in danger. Shenyuan sword. Su Delin's eyes looked at the sword in Lin Xian's hand. At that time, she also saw it with her divine sense, but she wasn't sure. But now she was sure. This must be the Shenyuan sword. She felt that it was a little ridiculous. Why would such a divine weapon fall into the hands of a brat? She felt that it was a little unbelievable. But she wanted it. This was definitely the top power in this world. It didn't seem strong, but that was because he might not even have released 1/10,000th of the Shenyuan sword's power. To be honest, after confirming that it was the Shenyuan sword in his hand, she didn't dare to make a move at that moment. Because if the Shenyuan sword erupted with a powerful force, she wouldn't even know how she died. But according to the previous situation, although he held the Shenyuan sword in his hand, he shouldn't have the capital to release the true power of the Shenyuan sword, right? It should be that the seal on the Shenyuan sword hadn't been completely removed. Otherwise, he wouldn't have the capital to hold the Shenyuan sword as a domain realm cultivator. And now, the most important thing was that he was actually fine. He was in her domain, so why was he fine? As expected of a magical brat. To be able to live peacefully in my domain. Su Delin's beautiful eyes narrowed. So, do you think I'm afraid of you? Lin Xian said indifferently. Do you think that with the Shenyuan sword in your hand, you're a match for me? Do you think that Grand Preceptor Wen is on the same level as me? Then, the shadow of a fox's tail appeared behind her. To be honest, I don't really want to make a move on you. Lin Xian took a deep breath. He couldn't really control the Shenyuan sword, and the specific reason might be that his cultivation level wasn't high enough. He really couldn't do anything to this woman, but Lin Xian still had the system. There were still things in the system that could be exchanged. For example, Lin Xian definitely wouldn't force a fight with her, because Lin Xian wouldn't gain anything from it. If he could avoid a fight, naturally, he would do so. If he couldn't, then he could only use other methods. Lin Xian originally wanted to scare her, but he didn't manage to do so. So, he could only use this. Oh. She sneered, and at the same time, her voice sounded, do you mean that even if you make a move, it'll still be useful? To be honest, she didn't really want to kill the person in front of her, because he was indeed very special. But now, the Shenyuan sword in Lin Xian's hand was very tempting to her. So, if Lin Xian didn't surrender, then she could only kill him. Well, you can try. Pretentious. Then, Su Dalin's strength erupted as she charged at Lin Xian. Lin Xian took out something in his hand. Su Dalin saw it, but she didn't know what it was. She was careful that it was the poison that killed Grand Preceptor Wen. However, Lin Xian didn't have that poison, so he couldn't exchange it. He could only exchange it once. And this time, Lin Xian exchanged for Power Seal. That's right. To put it simply, after Lin Xian exchanged for this item, as long as her cultivation level was below the Heavenly Dao realm, then Lin Xian could seal her cultivation level, turning her into an ordinary person. As for the time, it could take 3 days or even longer. It was still very useful, and it was worth using now. Chapter 1641. Plop, Su Delin's body fell to the ground in mid-air. She rolled twice on the ground, then quickly stood up. She raised her head and looked at Lin Xian, dumbfounded. At the same time, they had already come out of Su Delin's domain and stood on the passage in the villa complex. You! Su Delin tried again. Where was her spiritual power? Why couldn't she use her own spiritual power? Her cultivation was still there, but she had no spiritual power. What? What did you do? Her face had completely changed. She couldn't imagine why. Her worldview had collapsed. This was completely beyond her understanding. Say, even if you have some ability to seal her power, you should at least make her fall for it, right? For example, a poisonous needle, or something she ate, or the power of a spiritual weapon. But you didn't. She saw Lin Xian take out something she didn't know, but he didn't release any power. She suddenly lost her power. Lin Xian slowly walked over. Can we talk now? With that, Lin Xian dragged her to a place where there was no one. Then, he released his spatial power and brought her to an absolutely desolate place. Su Delin was doubting her life. She sat on the ground, dumbfounded. Patter. Lin Xian sat on a rock in front of her, then crossed his legs and lit a cigarette. In the middle of the night, the flame of the cigarette shone on Lin Xian's face. You. Su Delin looked at Lin Xian. Don't think about why. Lin Xian took a puff, then said, You should think about what you can do to survive. If I want to kill you, it's just a matter of using my hands. You should know that, so if you can be obedient, maybe I won't kill you. I believe you cherish your life more than anyone else. Su Delin sat there and looked at Lin Xian. She lost. She definitely didn't expect this. She didn't underestimate this person anymore, but why? She was really doubting her life now. However, it seemed that she had no choice but to compromise. Damn it! She was convinced. What's going on? Was this person too special, or were there a lot of such people in this era? I didn't expect that I would be defeated by a little brat. Su Delin laughed self-mockingly. But as for whether she was mocking herself or putting on an act to show her weakness to Lin Xian, only she knew. And Lin Xian definitely wouldn't let his guard down just because of her. For such a person, even if her spiritual power was sealed, she might still have the power to kill him. Therefore, Lin Xian still maintained a certain distance from her. Give that to me. Lin Xian pointed at the spatial ring on her finger. Su Delin was a smart woman. She took it off and threw it to Lin Xian. Shua! Suddenly, Lin Xian's figure disappeared from the spot. Because behind the spatial ring, Su Delin threw out a silver needle. Lin Xian was already mentally prepared and easily dodged it. Su Delin failed. She was completely out of options now. Lin Xian stood not far from her. He reached out and the spatial ring fell into his hand. I advise you to stop doing this kind of thing. Do you think that I won't kill you because you're valuable to me? Lin Xian's eyes narrowed. Then, he flashed in front of her and reached out to grab her neck, lifting her up. Awesome. Previously, this woman had the upper hand, but now, it was his turn. But, Lin Xian felt terrible. She looked exactly the same as Qin Yijuan. How was Lin Xian supposed to defend her? Lin Xian was soft-hearted, so he felt that it was best not to kill Lin Xian. But he had no choice. Lin Xian could only kill him. Then, Lin Xian threw her aside and took a puff of his cigarette. Su Delin had accepted her fate. How can I survive? Su Delin asked. Lin Xian laughed. Survive? I said, it depends on whether you're obedient or not. Originally, you had a 50% chance of surviving, but because you attacked me, it's probably only 10% now. Then there's still hope, right? Then can you return my cultivation base to me? I promise you that I won't touch you. That won't do. Lin Xian's lips curled up slightly. Su Delin stood up and looked at Lin Xian. This woman was very dangerous. Lin Xian didn't dare to face her lightly. Now you can answer my question. Tell me about your relationship with Su Daiji. Su Delin stood there and told Lin Xian many stories. You're really ruthless. You even killed your own sister. If the first time isn't enough, you're going to kill her a second time. Su Delin laughed and said, What can I do? For the demon race, there's not much demand in this aspect. Moreover, if I don't kill her, what will I do when my sister grows up and awakens? Is that the only reason? That's really the only reason. My sister's talent and strength are much stronger than mine. For the demon race, her lifespan is so long. If I don't kill her, the wildfire won't burn her out. She'll be reborn when the spring breeze blows. Then, the one who dies will be me, right? Lin Xian tapped his chin lightly. So, why didn't you think of this when you attacked and killed your sister? With your meticulousness, you should have thought of this, but you still let her reincarnate. Lin Xian looked at her. Su Delin paused, then smiled and said, It's nothing. I just forgot. After all, it's the first time I did such a thing. I killed my own sister. Isn't it normal that I didn't think about it so thoroughly? For example, this time, I had to destroy her spirit. Is that so? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. That's quite ruthless. Then, there's a question that I'm very concerned about. Other than the people of the Shang dynasty, many other dynasties, and even some people who are thousands of years away from you, chose to awaken at this time. So, what exactly made you wake up at this time when the spiritual energy of heaven and earth is weak? You can tell me this, right? Of course, you can choose not to tell me. Then, you'll definitely die. If you tell me, maybe, you can still live. Of course, I'm just saying maybe. Lin Xian said as he smoked. About this. Su Delin furrowed her brows. Why? You can't tell me? It's not that I can't tell you. I'm just thinking about how to make you believe me. Su Delin said. Chapter 1642. Lin Xian looked at Su Dolin. You don't have to think about what to say. You just have to speak the truth. Su Dolin pondered for a moment before saying, Actually, this all originated from a legend. Legend? Heh, don't talk nonsense with me. So many of you will seal yourselves for a legend? What a joke. Do you think I'm stupid? Lin Xian snorted. Su Dolin pondered for a moment before continuing, Perhaps it's a legend, but it's a legend that has been completely verified. Therefore, rather than a legend, you can also call it the truth. What legend? Lin Xian asked. Legend has it that the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in this era will reach an unimaginable low. In other words, this era will be the most barren era for warriors. Oh. Then why did you all come out in this era? Su Dolin said, I'm not done yet. Although that's the case, after this era, the continent will experience an unprecedented era of prosperity. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth in this era will far surpass that of the era of the gods. The era of the gods gave birth to descendants such as Nuwa, Pangu, and other powerful beings. After that, it was our era. The strongest aura was Jiangxia, Neza, and the others. They were also considered powerful beings, but compared to Nuwa and Pangu, they were still lacking. Therefore you say, she looked at Lin Xian and said, back in our era, the strongest was nothing more than this. However, this era will reach a level of prosperity that was never seen in the eras of Pangu and Nuwa. In this era, we have the opportunity to become almighty beings. We have already reached the heavenly path realm. After awakening and recovering our cultivation, we will be able to seize this opportunity when the time comes. Lin Xian frowned. Holy shit! There was such a thing. Although the special method of hibernation is dangerous, because you may even die during the hibernation, and you won't even know who killed you. However, there is no passage of time during this period. For the heavenly Tao, one's lifespan is only a few thousand years. Even if I'm from the demon clan, so many years have already passed. Even if I can live until the arrival of this era, I don't have that much time to reach that realm. Therefore, I can only hibernate together. Those people you mentioned in the last 1,000 years must have heard about this matter, so those with the ability naturally chose to seal themselves and hibernate, waiting for the arrival of this era. The truth. Su Dolin laughed and said, even if it's false, what's the point of saying it to you? What's in it for me? Lin Xian lit another cigarette. How much longer? According to legend, half a year. Lin Xian. So, in half a year, all the demons and experts will appear. That's right. When that time comes, this world will no longer be like this. It will be a world where humans, demons, and even all sorts of evil will coexist. Peace will no longer exist. Therefore, I'm reminding you that before this era arrives, if you have the ability, unify this place. When the era arrives, you will be the person in charge here. You will also be in charge of the most treasures and heaven-earth spiritual items. You are also the most likely to have the qualifications to reach that realm. Therefore, follow me and I'll promise you a future. Lin Xian laughed and said, I say, you are really interesting. I can easily control your life and death, but you still want me to follow you. Su Dolin laughed and said, you can't possibly ask me to follow you, right? Wouldn't that be a joke? Yeah. Lin Xian stroked his chin and said, I think it's feasible. Su Dolin frowned. Your words have earned you a chance to live. Follow me and be my underling, and I will spare your life. If you are obedient, I won't forget about you if there are any benefits in the future. Su Dolin's beautiful eyes narrowed. You are not qualified. Whoosh. A bolt of lightning struck her. In terms of strength, I may not be as good as you, but that's not important. What's important is, which one will you choose? Su Dolin stood up and patted the dust off her body. Then, it seems that I can only choose the latter. Lin Xian laughed and said, no one will go against their own life, unless they don't want to live. However, you have a ticking time bomb by your side. Aren't you worried? Therefore, I suggest that you release the seal and I won't be calculative with you. Lin Xian laughed. I say, you are really interesting. However, you don't have to worry about whether I am afraid or not. You are a ticking time bomb by my side. Bang! An alchemy cauldron landed in front of them. What are you doing? Lin Xian then released a spatial seal to seal her in place. Refining pills. Half an hour later, a bolt of lightning struck and Lin Xian finished refining the pill. Su Dolin watched him refine the pill. She also knew that the pill he refined was definitely not simple. After all, it attracted a bolt of lightning, so it must be a relatively powerful pill. The lid of the alchemy cauldron opened and a burst of poisonous energy burst out. Lin Xian took out a pill from inside and walked towards Su Dolin. Eat it. Lin Xian handed it over. What is this? Something that will make you obedient. You want me to be your puppet? Then I would rather die. Lin Xian laughed and said, No, 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 you won't be a puppet. Don't worry, it will only make you obedient. After speaking, Lin Xian pinched her mouth and fed her the poisonous pill. Cough, cough. Su Dolin coughed a few times. She was convinced. She never expected that she, who was so good at strategizing, would be defeated by a brat. Once, the entire Great Shang was hers, but now, you can forget about finding a way to detoxify this poisonous pill. I'm sure you've seen how my poison can seal your power. The effect of the poisonous pill is very simple. You'll be fine normally, but as long as you have crooked thoughts about me and plot against me, then you'll suffer. Is that so? Su Dolin did not believe it. She spat out a mouthful of blood and then her entire body was in unbearable pain. It was true. It was over. Lin Xian laughed and said, What? You still want to try? Then you can try again. Su Dolin laughed bitterly. What do you want me to do? I never wanted you to do anything. I just wanted to make you less threatening. Oh, right, this poisonous pill has another effect. It can be considered a mother and child pill. If I die, you'll die too. Lin Xian's lips curled up slightly. Su Dolin's pupils shrank. Chapter 1643. Su Dolin really had no other choice. She was really cured. Then can you return my cultivation to me now? Su Dolin asked. I don't really want to right now. It depends on your performance. Alright, you have a mission from now on. Su Dolin, I'm sure you know the 3 girls in the villa, including your sister. Su Dolin frowned. Protect them well. You want me to protect a few people? Who do you think I am? The entire Dashang used to belong to me. You want me to protect a few useless people? You haven't gotten used to your current identity yet. You're now a prisoner. Lin Xian. Su Dolin was speechless for a moment. Actually, Lin Xian was quite assured of her. Why? To a very ambitious person, life was even more precious. She definitely wouldn't fight to the death with him. Moreover, Lin Xian didn't intend to treat her badly unless she was disobedient. All right. Su Dolin said. As for your sister, what are your plans? Lin Xian asked. Didn't you say so? Protect her well. You're worth teaching. Lin Xian nodded in satisfaction. Don't worry. There are too many ways to deal with your sister. It's normal for her to awaken her memories. Just pretend that you're very close to her. You don't need me to teach you this, right? Then when can you return my cultivation to me? In a few days. All right. Now, I'll show you why I'm confident that you can follow me. Lin Xian said. Then, Lin Xian took out a pill. What's this? How long will it take for your cultivation to recover to the heavenly Tao? I need a recover pill. If you don't have one, you can just devour my sister. Lin Xian. Then, Lin Xian threw the pill to her. When the time comes, I'll help you refine the great recovery pill. When you consume it at the heavenly Tao realm, you will be able to raise your cultivation by 2 realms. As for whether it's real or fake, you should be able to sense the spiritual energies in the pill. Besides, there's no need for me to lie to you. You have already consumed the poison, so there's no need for me to do anything else. Su Dalin looked at Lin Xian. Aren't you afraid that I'll betray you? If I was afraid of that, do you think I would give you this? Su Dalin pondered for a moment. To be honest, although this person's realm was ordinary, the things he took out really surprised her. Moreover, the Shen Yuan sword was also in his hand. This person really didn't seem to be so simple. Then when are you going to refine it for me? We'll talk about it when you become obedient. Su Dalin nodded. Okay, no problem. Now that she thought about it, she didn't seem to have lost anything. Instead, she could use him to break through. If she didn't have this pill, even if she recovered to her peak, to the demon race, it would take hundreds or even thousands of years for her to reach the 2-star realm. However, because of this pill, she was still very excited. Of course, the prerequisite was that this pill was real. However, what Lin Xian said also made a lot of sense. Moreover, she could feel the terrifying spiritual energy and medicinal power from this pill. She felt that it was real. No matter what, this pill was definitely not an ordinary pill. Moreover, it was definitely not a poisonous pill. It was very easy to distinguish between a poisonous pill and an ordinary pill. She would first find an opportunity to see if she could cure herself of the poison. Once her poison was cured, she would have nothing to worry about. It wasn't that she couldn't accept living under someone else's roof. After all, although she used to control the great Shang dynasty, she had always relied on King Zhou. In fact, she was already used to it. She only needed this real power. No, but this time, she didn't only want real power. She wanted everything. Let's go back and meet them. Are you sure? You'll be living there in the future. What's there to not be sure about? Lin Xian said. Lin Xian didn't plan to let her live in a secret place. They would live together. He believed that with the kindness of those girls, she would slowly be infected. Moreover, Lin Xian was confident that she wouldn't betray him. In fact, your own pill just now had subdued her. Moreover, although this woman was ruthless and unscrupulous, Lin Xian could still see that she had a normal human nature. She wouldn't go so far as to say that she had lost her humanity. Why? Yes, although she killed her sister, she didn't destroy her soul. The so-called forgetting should be an excuse. She did it on purpose. Although her sister died in that life, her sister could reincarnate and start a new life. Perhaps from a human's point of view, this matter was still cruel. However, from the point of view of a top cultivator, as long as her soul wasn't destroyed, she wasn't really dead. In fact, this wasn't a big deal. All right. Then Lin Xian released the power of space and left with Su Dalin. Sister, what do you think Lin Xian is doing? Don't tell me he went to have sex? Mu Feifei sat there and rested her chin on her hand. Qin Yijuan, Mu Qingya. This Mu Feifei was really something. Every time she spoke, she could kill them. I don't know. I hope he's fine. She hadn't come back for so long. To be honest, she was really worried. Click, Lin Xian opened the door and walked in. Hey. The three girls hurried over. What happened? What happened? They asked hurriedly. There's something more important. Lin Xian. What? It's about you. Lin Xian looked at Qin Yijuan. Me? Qin Yijuan frowned. Do you believe in reincarnation? Because they were already martial artists, there were some things that didn't need to be said. Moreover, according to Su Dalin, in half a year, the earth would have a different appearance, and even the spiritual power of heaven and earth would reach an unimaginable level. The entire earth would know a lot of things, and their worldview would change. They just knew it in advance. Reincarnation is rebirth? Is it true? This can't be true, right? Lin Xian nodded. It's true. And then, Qin Yijuan looked at Lin Xian. You have a sister. Qin Yijuan. She was your sister many years ago. Of course, she can be said to be your sister now. She didn't reincarnate, but you did. Now she's here to look for you. I'm afraid you can't accept it, so I'm telling you in advance. Don't ask too much about your previous life, and you don't need to know. You just need to know that she was your sister in your previous life. The three girls, their heads were buzzing. What? What was this? Were they shooting a movie? Chapter 1644. Qin Yijuan looked at Lin Xian dumbfoundedly. Hey, if you're possessed or controlled by someone, blink 3 times. Qin Yijuan touched Lin Xian's head. Lin Xian, sister, I'm serious. But, isn't what you said a little too fantastical? You've already come into contact with cultivation and know about the existence of many things. Why you don't believe this? It's not that I don't believe it. I just feel that it's unimaginable. Qin Yijuan shook her head and said, yes, for a normal person, when you know that there are people in this world who cultivate, your worldview will collapse. But fortunately, this is at least something you can imagine. But reincarnation, although it has been shown in many TV shows, when it really appears in front of you, it's really hard to accept. Especially when someone tells you that you've died before and now you're reincarnated. You have an older sister from your previous life, and now she's coming to find you. F***ck. Who can withstand this? So I'm telling you in advance so that you can be mentally prepared. Qin Yijuan nodded. The 2 girls beside her were also stunned when they heard this. Then where is she? Qin Yijuan asked. Come in. Lin Xian said, and then Su Dolan swayed her body and walked in. What the F***ck? Mu Feifei's mouth was wide open. What? Who can withstand this? It's exactly the same. It's really exactly the same, only the hairstyle is different. But this sister's hairstyle doesn't cover her face, so you can tell at a glance that it's exactly the same. Aren't they F***king twins? Because they were very familiar with Qin Yijuan, when they saw Su Dolan, it was really too familiar. Qin Yijuan was also dumbfounded as she stood rooted to the ground. What the F***ck? She was dumbfounded. Okay. It's okay that she had an older sister in her previous life, and it's okay that this older sister came to find her, but why does she look exactly the same as her? If her parents knew about this, wouldn't they go crazy? What? Mu Feifei moved closer to Su Dolan, then reached out and poked Su Dolan's face. So tender, it's a real person. Aren't you a fool? If this isn't a real person, then what is? Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Su Dolan was very unhappy. But she still had to smile. Bastard. How dare a lowly human poke him in the face? Bastard. Let me see if you're in disguise. What if you're lying? Big sister, what good does it do for me to lie? Lin Xian rubbed his forehead. That's true. Qin Yijuan was dumbfounded. What the hell? She, why does she look like me? She knew her own appearance all too well. Now that a woman who looked like her had appeared out of nowhere, she was completely dumbfounded. But this woman's age. She just looked like she was a few years older than her. She might be in her mid-20s, but she looked exactly the same. Because you were twins at that time, and the reincarnation of a person will not change their appearance, so you are the same. Lin Xian said. So that's how it is. Qin Yijuan looked at Su Dolan. Hello, my name is Su Dolan. Su Dolan? Wow. What a beautiful name. Do you know Su Doji? Mu Feifei asked casually as a joke. Aha, I know her. Su Dolan's lips curled up slightly. Big sister, you're lying. What do you want to drink? Wine. Su Dolan said. Then I'll get it for you. Big sister, take a seat. We're just having dinner. Let's eat together. Mu Qingya also nodded. Big sister. Senior, please take a seat. Lin Xian held back his laughter. This Mu Qingya was really interesting. Su Dolan sat down and looked at the food on the table, frowning slightly. Is this the food you have now? Then she picked up her chopsticks. She was very outgoing and directly treated this place as her home. Because there were a lot of seasonings now, The food they made must be 100 times more delicious than at that time. Then she casually took a bite, and her beautiful eyes lit up. To be honest, this surprised her. Well, yes. Mu Feifei then took a bottle of red wine and walked over. Qin Yijuan sat there and kept looking at Su Dolin. Not bad, not bad. I'm very satisfied. Su Dolin nodded in satisfaction and then continued to eat the food. Hey, big sister, did you come here just to eat? Don't you have anything to say? Lin Xian said. Su Dolin paused and then looked at Qin Yijuan. Qin Yijuan hurriedly sat down. She really didn't know what to say. I'll teach you cultivation in the future, Su Dolin said to Qin Yijuan. Ah, okay. Qin Yijuan nodded. Big sister Su, which era are you from? Mu Feifei asked. Shang. Wow. Mu Feifei exclaimed. That's a long time. Then you must be super powerful. They couldn't help being surprised. Well, I'm just average. Hearing this, Su Dolin was a little embarrassed. Originally, she wanted to say that she was quite powerful, but with Lin Xian sitting next to her, she felt that she still couldn't say that. Sorry. Damn. She was cured by a little kid in her 20s. What confidence did she have to say that she was powerful? Then, what Big Sister said might be true. Su Daji is also from the Shang dynasty. Since Big Sister is a powerhouse from the Shang dynasty, then you really know each other. By the way, why do you have the same name? Because Su Daji is my, Lin Xian quickly interrupted and said, because at that time, there were many people with this name, and many were also called Su Daji. Then Lin Xian secretly glared at her. Su Dolin shrugged her shoulders and didn't say anything. Well, okay. If Su Dolin said it out loud, wouldn't she know that Qin Yijuan was Su Daji? So that's how it is. Then sister. Is Su Daji very beautiful? Just like the legend, she could charm King Zhou of Shang alone. She's the kind of femme fatale. Mu Feifei was very outgoing and talkative. Well, of course. Wow. Mu Qingya looked at Su Dolin and asked, Senior, did you wake up from a deep sleep? Just like those people. Well, yes. Mu Qingya glanced at Lin Xian. It was just as he said. If that was the case, all the experts of the Shang dynasty would wake up from their deep slumber. Maybe Qin Shi Huang or something. Oh my God. What would Earth be like then? Wasn't it too scary? But inexplicably, she was looking forward to the appearance of those people to change some things on Earth. Maybe it was too peaceful now, but she was afraid that it would be very dangerous. Chapter 1645. The few of them chatted and chatted, but Qin Yijuan was the one who spoke the least. Now she was doubting her life. She was still in a daze. Your sister is here. Why don't you say more to her? Lin Xian asked. Well, let her calm down a little. Su Dolin glanced at her dear sister and said with a smile. She appeared to be very kind. No one would have thought that she had killed Qin Yijuan with her own hands. Now she paid more attention to the various delicacies on the table that she had never eaten before. They were really delicious. This was the most meaningful thing since she woke up. Sister, is it enough? If it's not enough, I'll make more for you. Mu Feifei looked at Su Dolin and said. Su Dolin paused and then wiped her mouth. Well, it's enough. Qin Yijuan then said, Then, how did I die in the past? You, Lin Xian said, didn't we agree that you're not allowed to ask about the past? No matter what, it was in the past, or even thousands of years ago. Even if you know, what's the point? Qin Yijuan thought for a moment and then nodded. I know. Lin Xian's words were very reasonable. By the way, where will Sister Su live in the future? Mu Feifei asked. Lin Xian rubbed his chin and said, Yes, where will she live? At first, Lin Xian thought too simply. Because think about it, the Mu family and the Qin family had a good relationship. They also knew Qin Yijuan, so they couldn't let Su Dolin live in this villa, right? They couldn't let Su Delin live in the Qin family either. If the Qin family found out that there was a girl who looked exactly like their daughter, wouldn't they be scared to death? Then how would Su Delin live? Would she have to disguise herself all the time? It would be inconvenient. Will she live in Sister Qin's house? Mu Feifei said. No, she'll die. Qin Yijuan quickly shook her head and said, Damn. This was absolutely not okay. Whatever. Su Delin glanced at Lin Xian. See? You're in trouble now, aren't you? Therefore, you should just let me leave. This was the meaning behind Su Delin's gaze. Lin Xian expressed that this was a small matter. If it doesn't work, we can get a villa next door and let her live there. But why do you have to stay here? Shouldn't she live closer to Sister Qin? Mu Feifei said. Are you stupid? She looks the same as Qin Yijuan. If Qin Yijuan's parents find out, it'll be another troublesome matter. So, it's okay to live here. Your parents are usually at the company. If they have nothing to do, they can often come here. If they can't, they can just disguise themselves a little. Lin Xian. Su Delin shrugged. Whatever makes you happy. Mu Qingya glanced at Lin Xian and Su Delin strangely. What did he mean by Lin Xian could do whatever he wanted? Why do I feel like there's more to this than meets the eye? That's it then. Xiao Qingya, get a house next door. Do you have one next door? There's one next door. Then get one and let her live there. If you have nothing to do, you can gather there and cultivate. Okay. Mu Qingya nodded. Okay, that's all for now. I have to go do something. You guys chat. With that, Lin Xian walked away. The girls then started chatting. Lin Xian wanted them to get along well. In this way, Lin Xian felt that with their character, they should be able to slowly influence Su Delin. At this moment, Duan Lingxiao was crying. F***CK. Where's that woman? Why is she gone? Didn't she say that she would be in this cave? Why is she gone? F***CK. These experts were all shameless. They had already agreed, yet they ran away. How shameless. They even lied to a junior. However, she said that she would take about a week, so she might come back in a week? What does she need to do now? It's possible. Duan Lingxiao pondered. No, I have to do something during this time. Then, Duan Lingxiao quickly left and went to find Shenyuan Qingtian. At this moment, Shenyuan Qingtian was thinking about something when Duan Lingxiao walked over. Lingxiao, you're just in time. Shenyuan Qingtian stood up. Brother Shenyuan, do you have a plan? Well, Lin Xian has returned to Jiangnan City. He's currently in the villa of the Mu Group's CEO. This is his base, so it's time to act. Originally, Shenyuan Qingtian would not tell Duan Lingxiao about this, and Duan Lingxiao did not want to tell Shenyuan Qingtian that he had a grudge against Lin Xian. However, Shenyuan Qingtian overheard Duan Lingxiao's call to the assassin last time, so he knew that Duan Lingxiao had lied to him before. They were not friends, and they were even enemies. Duan Lingxiao's explanation was that what he said before was true, but he had some friction with Lin Xian, so they were also enemies. However, they might be aware of their relationship, but on the surface, they could still get along as if they knew each other. Previously, he had secretly sent an assassin to kill Lin Xian. Shenyuan Qingtian felt that the relationship between Duan Lingxiao and Lin Xian was very similar to his relationship with Lin Xian. However, this did not cause him to distrust Duan Lingxiao. Instead, he trusted Duan Lingxiao even more. He even felt that the two of them were fated to be together. Do you want to act now? Duan Lingxiao asked. Shenyuan Qingtian nodded. That's right. I've already sent people. This time, it's 5 heavenly venerables, and there's even a 9-star heavenly venerables. I don't believe that experts of this level can't kill a person. His eyes flashed with killing intent. He did not know about the news of Dongfeng Shui waking up. To be precise, other than Dongfeng Bai and the others, no one in the Dongfeng family knew. Heavenly venerables. Duan Ling Shao pondered for a moment and said, "The heavenly venerables might not be enough." "What? The heavenly venerables are not enough? Are you kidding? Lin Xian is in the domain realm, and only has a 2-star cultivation base. It's ridiculous that even a 9-star heavenly venerables is not enough. The difference between the domain realm and the heavenly venerables is not like the difference between the law realm and the domain realm." Shenyuan Qingtian said. This was the strongest that he could invite. Any stronger than that? The great virtual realm cultivator. To be honest, he only knew that the Shenyuan family had a great void realm expert, but it was impossible for them to act for him. He thought about it for a while, but it seemed that he really could not find any other great void realm experts. Duan Lingshao felt that it was really not enough. As for the reason, he could not give it. It might be the system. He had the system. Only the system could deal with the system. "Big brother Shenyuan, give this to them." Duan Lingshao took out something. Chapter 1646. Only the system could defeat the system. Although Duan Lingshao knew that the things they exchanged in the system might be different, he also knew that because of the system, Lin Xian definitely had something that could save his life. That woman might not be reliable. Now, Shenyuan Qingtian had used such a large number of experts to assassinate Lin Xian. If it was combined with the things in his system, there would be a chance of success. Without the things in his system, Duan Lingshao felt that Lin Xian would definitely be fine. "What is this?" Shenyuan Qingtian asked. Duan Lingshao said, "This is a very powerful thing. Its effect is very simple. As long as you use it on a target in your line of sight, you only need to think about the target in your mind. Then, your spiritual power will be sealed and you won't be able to use any spiritual power for a few days." "What? There's such a thing?" Shenyuan Qingtian looked at the thing in his hand, dumbfounded. He could understand sealing a person's spiritual power. This was a very normal power. However, what shocked him was not this, but the method of using it. As long as it was a target in his line of sight, he only needed to think about the target in his mind and it would be directly used on him. What was the principle behind this? This went against all the theoretical principles. Yes, it did go against all the principles. However, because this was something in the system, there was no need to explain it. However, Duan Lingshao would definitely not tell Shenyuan Qingtian that he had the system. "What the hell is this?" Duan Lingshao said, "I got this from DXIN's tomb. I don't know what it is exactly, but the effect is indeed like this." At that time, I was also very surprised by the existence of this thing, but I am sure that this thing is definitely real. That Lin Xian is definitely not simple. If you really want to kill him, it's best to use this. Shenyuan Qingtian pondered for a moment. "Well, okay, I'll believe you this time." The main reason was that he had the same goal as Duan Lingshao. He believed that if Duan Lingshao really wanted to kill Lin Xian, he would definitely do his best. Okay. As for Lin Xian, he was already prepared for this. Why did he say that? This was because Lin Xian knew that Lin Xian would definitely want to seize the opportunity to kill him here on Earth. Moreover, he had the system, so he would definitely seize the opportunity. Moreover, there was also Shenyuan Qingtian. Lin Xian was already prepared. He had even prepared a special item to fight against the system. This was also why Lin Xian didn't really want to kill Su Delin. F***CK. Lin Xian still needed a top-notch fighter in the virtuous realm. Tonight, Su Delin and Qin Yijuan went out to stay in a hotel. Lin Xian was still quite at ease. For an ambitious woman, she wouldn't go against her own life. Moreover, Lin Xian was actually very kind to her. He believed that she should be clear about it. In fact, this was indeed the case. Su Delin really didn't want to do anything. Now, the person she was most unhappy with was Lin Xian. It had nothing to do with other women. As for the past, she did kill her sister. However, she did deliberately not destroy her sister's soul and even helped her reincarnate. If there was no help, there was a 99% chance that she would not be able to reincarnate. She had to bring her sister to a place. She brought her sister to that place and helped her reincarnate. If you said that she was cruel, then she was indeed very cruel. However, she deliberately did not destroy her sister's soul. Anyway, it was not easy to say, "Who is that person?" In the room, Lin Xian took a shower and then got into bed. Mu Qingya asked curiously, "Ah, didn't I say it? It's Qin Yijuan's sister. She's a twin. I mean, she said that she was from the Shang dynasty. Then what is her identity? What is Yijuan's identity? I'm quite curious." Mu Qingya said. "Okay." Lin Xian pondered for a moment. "I'm not telling you." "Then I won't tell you." Mu Qingya then got into bed and turned her back to Lin Xian. "Hey, you can't do this. If I don't tell you, you'll turn your back to me." "What? Are you going to threaten me and not have sex with me?" "Mu Qingya, you're crazy." "Haha." Lin Xian then hugged her from behind. "Qingya, I missed you so much." "Absolutely not." Mu Qingya said. "Huh. You probably have a lot of women outside and there are other girls following you. Would you miss me?" Mu Qingya absolutely did not believe him. Really. Have a rest." Mu Qingya did not want to talk to Lin Xian about this. "Do you want to do some exercise before going to bed? It's good for your body and mind." Lin Xian's hand slowly reached in. Mu Qingya pressed Lin Xian's hand. "Useless beauty. It's useless to struggle." Then, there was no need to say anything else. After a quiet night, Lin Xian hugged Mu Qingya and slept until the next morning. Early the next morning, Qin Yijuan got the villa next door and quietly arranged for Su Dalin to move in. For someone of her status, she could even move in first and go through some procedures. It was a piece of cake. Last night, she had chatted a lot with Su Dalin. However, Su Dalin didn't mention a lot of things. Instead, Su Dalin asked her about it. For example, she found out more about Lin Xian, ordered takeout, and ate a lot of delicious food. In any case, she had accepted this twin sister that had appeared out of nowhere. Although it was a fantasy, she had accepted it now. Lin Xian opened his eyes. Mu Qingya had already woken up and just walked out of the shower. "I'm going to cultivate." Mu Qingya looked at Lin Xian and said, "The weather is so good. Let's go out and have some fun." "Okay." Mu Qingya thought for a moment and said, "Okay." Although cultivation was important, she also cherished the time she spent with Lin Xian. Since they had already decided to be together, decided to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and even slept on the same bed, to her, the person was probably more important. "Call your sister and let's go out and have some fun. By the way, call Qin Yijuan and her sister. Let's go out and have some fun." "Okay." Qin Yijuan happened to be on the weekend. She was chatting with Su Dalin in the villa and teaching her how to use her phone. Then Mu Feifei ran over and told them about it. "Let's go out and have some fun." Qin Yijuan nodded and handed a mask to Su Dalin. "Put on the mask." "Why don't you wear it?" Su Dalin asked. Because they looked the same, it was better for one of them to dress up. "Okay, I'll wear it." Qin Yijuan shrugged. Then they went out and had some fun. Chapter 1647. In the KFC, they sat in the corner, chatting and eating. "This thing is delicious." Su Dalin realized that after coming to this era, she had been conquered by the variety of food available in this era. Especially every time she ate something with a new taste, it really surprised her. For example, this hamburger in front of her now. She had never eaten it before, but the first time she ate it, it was new and strange. She liked it very much. "Then I'll order another one for you," Qin Yijuan said. "That one." Su Dalin pointed at the grilled wings on the poster. She didn't know what that thing was, but looking at the color, it seemed to be very appetizing. "Okay." Lin Xian said to Mu Qingya, "Little Qingya, how much capital does the Shenyuan family have?" "What do you want to do?" Lin Xian, "Just asking." "Really just asking?" Otherwise, Lin Xian would have asked the Dongfang family. Mu Qingya still remembered that the last time Lin Xian asked her this question, it was about the Lin family. At that time, Lin Xian wanted to destroy the Lin family, so he asked this question. Now, no way. I can't imagine. Mu Qingya said. Brother-in-law, what do you want to do? I want to destroy the Shenyuan family. Pfft. Qin Yijuan, who was next to him, spat out a mouthful of porridge. Is there something wrong with you? Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Go eat your food. Tisk. Qin Yijuan rolled her eyes. Shenyuan family? Which Shenyuan family? Could it be the descendant of Emperor Shenyuan? Su Dalin said. Is the Shenyuan family the descendant of Emperor Shenyuan? Lin Xian asked. Is Emperor Shenyuan the yellow Emperor Shenyuan? No way, I don't know. Qin Yijuan shook her head. Su Dalin said, maybe, or maybe it's slightly similar to his bloodline. Of course, if the so-called Shenyuan family is that Shenyuan family, in my time, the Shenyuan family was an overlord. If it developed normally, it should be an overlord now. Lin Xian, that should be it. As for the Shenyuan sword in your hand, it should have been theirs. Lin Xian shrugged. It belongs to whoever has it. Are you serious? Mu Qingya looked at Lin Xian. No, I'm just saying. Lin Xian himself did not need to say that he would destroy such a family. He might just have the idea. However, many people were innocent. Lin Xian only needed to destroy Shenyuan Qingtian. At most, he would add some people who were related to Shenyuan Qingtian. However, when would he make his move? That was a problem. This was Lin Xian's ultimate mission. He had to find an opportunity. He believed that Shenyuan Qingtian was thinking of ways to deal with him. However, Shenyuan Qingtian was an extremely cautious person, so he might not show himself easily. However, this would depend on the opportunity. Lin Xian felt that it wouldn't be too much of a problem. They played outside for a day and then went back. Qin Yijuan went home. Su Dalin lived in the other villa. It didn't seem to matter to her, but she had learned one thing. In the evening, Lin Xian, Mu Qingya, and Mu Feifei went to Su Dalin's house next door to play with her. Damn! Mu Feifei was stunned when she saw the scene in front of her. On the large coffee table, there were all kinds of food. There was milk tea, snacks, fried vegetables, fried noodles, burgers, steaks, and so on. Su Dalin was sitting on the sofa, watching TV and eating delicious food. She didn't learn anything else but ordering takeout. Moreover, there were tens of thousands of yuan in her account. Of course, it was Qin Yijuan who transferred it to her. She felt that she didn't spend much money usually. In fact, how much could she spend on takeout? No matter how much she ate, how much could she spend? Su Dalin glanced at the three people who walked in and said, I say, you people are really shooting nonsense. You don't know the real history at all. Is Su Deji a human? Was she possessed by a fox demon? Isn't this a lie? She shook her head helplessly. Then why did you catch up to more than 30 episodes? Lin Xian said. Boring. Su Dalin said lightly. Lin Xian, on the other hand, felt that the situation was gradually getting better. What was the situation? Su Dalin, from the ambitious person in the past, gradually began to adapt to this society and began to live an ordinary life. Ordering takeout, watching TV. This was one of the effects that Lin Xian wanted to achieve by keeping her alive. Maybe she didn't care too much about this change. Sister Su, can you finish it? Mu Feifei leaned over and looked at the food. If I can't finish it, throw it away. I don't lack these things. In the past, what didn't I want? What didn't I want to eat? Su Dalin lay on the sofa and said lightly. Not to mention. The Fox Clan was indeed the Fox Clan. She lay there with her bare feet. To be honest, she was a little tempting. And she was definitely more tempting than Qin Yijuan because she was a few years older than Qin Yijuan. In short, she was already at the level of a mature woman. When a mature woman did some actions or something, it was indeed the most tempting age. Sister Sue, what did you do in the past? You didn't tell me when I asked you. Mu Feifei asked. Mu Feifei admired her. Although she didn't seem to know why, maybe she just felt that. She was a strong person from the Shang dynasty and felt that she was very powerful. I'll tell you when I have the chance in the future. How could Su Delin not want to tell them? She wanted the whole world to know that she was the overlord of the Shang dynasty. She was the boss and the future king of this world. But, if Lin Xian didn't want her to tell them, then she wouldn't tell them. Okay. At this time, outside, the people from the Shenyuan family also came here. At the same time, they also received the thing that Duan Lingxiao gave them. Have you confirmed the location? An old man asked indifferently. The few of them stood on the rooftop of a tall building. Yes, the location has been confirmed. It's over there. An old man pointed at the villa where Lin Xian and the others were now and said, How many people? So far, there are a total of 4 people. Other than our target, the others should be ordinary people in the city. Even if they aren't, their realms can't be high. That person said. Alright, listen up. Don't think about anything else when we make our move. Just follow my orders and use this thing to seal off our target's spiritual energy. Let's end this quickly. It won't be difficult to take care of a Grand Dominion Realm cultivator. Yes. At this moment, Su Delin had already discovered the situation outside. With her high realm, she had already discovered the existence of those people when they were investigating her. Chapter 1648. The highest realm of those people outside was the 9 stars of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. For example, although Su Delin's realm had not recovered yet, she was still in the Great Void stage. Moreover, she was at the 7 stars of the Great Void stage. That was not something the other party could compare to. Think about it. The other party thought that their cultivation was the strongest, so they released their divine sense to investigate the situation in the villa. Under normal circumstances, it was difficult for people who were much lower than them to discover it. For example, Lin Xian did not discover this situation. Su Delin then said lightly, Someone is here. Huh? Mu Feifei was dumbfounded, and Lin Xian directly understood what she meant. How many? Several. Lin Xian, Heavenly Venerables. Lin Xian. Then it seems that Lin Xian felt that it should be someone from the Shenyuan family or someone from Duan Lingxiao's faction. It was more likely that it was someone from the Shenyuan family. Of course, it could also be an assassin. However, it was really a bit awesome for an assassin to send out a heavenly venerable. Let's go. Lin Xian said to Su Delin. Deity? If you don't talk nonsense, do you want me to go alone? Annoying. Su Delin sat up angrily and put on her plush slippers. What are you guys doing? Mu Feifei and Mu Qingya looked over with their beautiful eyes. Just a small matter. You guys stay here and don't go out. Just leave it to me, Lin Xian said. Oh, then be careful. In the past, when Lin Xian said that he had something to do, they might not take it seriously. But now, some of the things that Lin Xian said were more likely to be related to warriors, so it would be accompanied by danger. Well, don't worry. Don't go out. Lin Xian then walked out with Su Delin, who was in a bad mood. Hey, you have to remember your identity. You are my subordinate. What's wrong with you doing something for me? Huh? Why do you look unhappy? Lin Xian said. I know. Su Delin said unhappily. She just didn't like being ordered around by others. Looks like I have to teach you a lesson. Otherwise, you won't be obedient. Lin Xian said. How are you going to teach me a lesson? Su Delin smirked as she looked at Lin Xian. The temptation was full. Are you trying to teach me a lesson in bed? Su Delin licked her lips and said. Then forget it. I'd rather look for your sister than you. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in women who are hugged to sleep every night, especially those who are willing to sacrifice their chastity for some benefits. I'm even less interested. Lin Xian said. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm still a virgin. Lin Xian? What are you talking about? You've been with King Zhou of Shang for so many years, and you're still a virgin? Do you take me for an idiot? Aha, it's true. Because you should know what the Fox clan is best at. It's seduction and illusion. King Zhou of Shang thinks he's having sex with me every night, but in reality, he's not. It's just an illusion that I cast on him. Lin Xian, what the hell? If what Su Delin said was true, then wouldn't King Zhou of Shang be too pitiful? Hiss. What a vicious woman. I don't want that either. You just have to obediently do what you are supposed to do. When the time comes, before I leave, I will observe your performance. If you perform well, I will allow your cultivation base to recover. At the same time, I will increase your cultivation base by another 2 stars, said Lin Xian. This was something that could not be helped, because Lin Xian had bet everything on Su Delin. When he left, he definitely wouldn't be back for half a year. This was something Lin Xian was sure of. If Lin Xian could have Su Delin, a heavenly Dao realm existence, to protect them, then Lin Xian would be more at ease. Therefore, Lin Xian might have to use the rest of his time to gain her favor. Or rather, make her believe that he could help her reach a higher realm, so that she could get along well with the girls. When the time came, he sincerely hoped that nothing would happen to them. If he could do that, Lin Xian would be at ease. Su Delin was also skeptical of Lin Xian's words. She believed him because he had used some unknown method to seal his spiritual power. She didn't believe him because it was too fantastical. She had never heard of such a thing in her time, so how could he do it? Then, are you going to return my realm to me now? Su Delin asked. Lin Xian nodded. Of course. After all, I'll be relying on you to do it later. Following that, Lin Xian directed with his mind. Su Delin felt the return of the surging power in her body and revealed a look of pleasant surprise. However, even if her cultivation was returned, it didn't seem like she could do anything at the moment. Damn. Let's go. Then they walked out. They're out. A few experts on the rooftop noticed this and said, You're right. All of them are out. No, only 2 of them came out. Oh, is it them? Yes. Suddenly, a voice sounded from behind them. Shua, the few of them turned their heads to look at Lin Xian and Su Delin. It gave them a fright. It's you. When they saw Lin Xian, their eyes narrowed. He had actually discovered them. Did he not know what realm they were at or what was going on? He actually dared to come here? The rooftop was very big. Lin Xian directly released the power of space jump and disappeared on the spot. Then, they appeared in a remote place with no one around. When they landed, the few experts' pupils shrank. How did this person manage to take control of the situation? That wouldn't do. Use it. One of the experts said. Yes. Then, the expert held the thing in his hand, looked at Lin Xian, and used it directly. Then, Lin Xian felt that he couldn't use his spiritual power. What the F***CK? Wasn't this the thing he used before? Duan Lingxiao. F***CKU. This must be Duan Lingxiao's doing. The person he hired. Damn it. Sure enough, he wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to kill him. However, Lin Xian still had Su Delin with him. They would never have thought that there was another Su Delin. Moreover, they would never have thought that Su Delin was at the Great Void Realm. Otherwise, they would have sealed Su Delin's cultivation first. He. After sealing Lin Xian's realm, they sneered. Do you feel that you can't use your spiritual power? The expert said. Ha. Su Delin glanced at Lin Xian. He couldn't use his spiritual power too? Why? Wasn't this something Lin Xian used? Was she tricked? In fact, this was a rotten thing on the streets. Chapter 1649. Su Delin began to doubt her life. Could she have been deceived by Lin Xian? But the poison pill that she had eaten was real. Her entire body was in pain at that time. Don't talk nonsense with him. Just kill him, and then we'll go back. Okay. Then, they erupted with powerful strength. Good luck. Lin Xian looked at Su Delin beside him. Humph. Su Delin snorted coldly. This snort was also filled with displeasure towards Lin Xian. First, get rid of them, then have a good chat with this person about what was going on. Is a woman delusional enough to overturn the heavens? Then I'll make you despair. Let me tell you, we're all heavenly venerables. Lin Xian. So impressive. Lin Xian clapped his hands. But she's at the Great Void stage. Lin Xian then pointed at Su Delin and said, Nonsense. Then, Su Delin's aura erupted. What? Their pupils suddenly contracted. Great Void stage. Run. One of the heavenly venerables with spatial attributes subconsciously reacted. But, the moment he released his spatial power, the shadow of a fox's tail suddenly appeared behind him. This shadow directly pierced through his back. Then, it was time for Su Delin's massacre. Lin Xian stood there silently and lit a cigarette, watching the massacre. After the massacre, Su Delin sucked all of their spiritual power dry. It's so disgusting. The spiritual power of an old guy is not as delicious as that of a young person. Su Delin mumbled. Then, she turned to look at Lin Xian. Why are you looking at me? Tell me, what was the thing that you sealed me with before? Why do they have it too? Is it something that can be found on the streets? Then, was everything you said before all a lie? Su Delin stared at Lin Xian. Fake your head. Even if this is fake, the poison in your body is real. If you don't believe me, you can try to do something to me. Then, Su Delin really did have some dirty thoughts about Lin Xian. Poof. He spat out another mouthful of blood. F***ck. What the hell? Then what is the thing that sealed your power? Lin Xian didn't know how to explain it to her. It was indeed a unique item, but Duanling Shao also had the system. That's not important, right? It's very important. It's related to whether or not you have the ability to help me. Su Delin said. Alright. I'll refine a great recovery pill when I return, allowing you to return to the heavenly Tao realm, alright? Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Really? Oh no, I have to wait a few days. Because my spiritual energy has been sealed, I need a few days to recover. Su Delin looked at Lin Xian. Humph. What are you snorting for? So what if I lied to you? Your life is now in my hands. Can't you be obedient? All you do is do this and that. Seriously. Lin Xian shook his head. Then, I'll fight you to the death. Hey, give it a try. Su Delin snorted coldly. She was pissed off. Extremely pissed off. Let's return. Lin Xian said. Then, Su Delin left with Lin Xian. Back in the villa, they didn't say much. They ate, drank and had fun. A day passed just like that. Now, the ones feeling the worst were Shenyuan Qingtian and Duanling Shao. What the F***k? What's the meaning of this? Last night, he said that he had arrived and had seen Lin Xian. He was prepared to take action, but then, he lost contact with him. Following that, he tried contacting him the entire night, but to no avail. After all, these people were not only at the Heavenly Venerable realm, but they were also Ninth Order Heavenly Venerables. Ignoring the Ninth Order, there were also Heavenly Venerables with spatial attributes. What problem could there be? Why wasn't there any news at all? Big Brother Shenyuan, is there still no news? Duanling Shao asked. Not yet. Something must have happened. But, something shouldn't have happened. Duanling Shao frowned. If this still couldn't kill Lin Xian, then there was really nothing he could do. The only reason he could think of for Lin Xian to be fine was the system. But, even this couldn't work? I want to know too. Shenyuan Qingtian clenched his fists tightly. If they didn't succeed, then something might have happened to them. This was too great a price for the Shenyuan family. Ling Xiao, what's Lin Xian capable of? With so many heavenly venerables and spatial martial artists, he didn't die. I really don't know how to kill him. Shenyuan Qing Tian said. Duan Ling Xiao sighed and said, I don't know the specifics. Damn it. Shenyuan Qing Tian clenched his fists tightly. He really had a headache. He really didn't know what to do. This was a sure kill situation. If they couldn't kill him, then he really didn't know what to do. What should we do now? Shenyuan Qing Tian was really speechless. How could it be so difficult to kill a person? Why was this so? Duan Ling Xiao honestly didn't know what to do either. Damn it. It was really difficult. Shenyuan Qing Tian clenched his fists. There must be a way. There must be a way. Just like that, 3 days passed. 3 days later, Lin Xian's spiritual energy had also successfully recovered. On the other hand, Shenyuan Qing Tian was completely convinced that something had happened to his people. There was no news for 3 days. Something must have happened. It's done. Lin Xian walked in front of Su Delin. What's done? Su Delin looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian took out a pill and handed it to Su Delin. Great recovery pill? Su Delin looked at the great recovery pill. Nonsense. I stayed up late to refine it for you. Go and recover your heavenly Tao realm cultivation. Su Delin took it. Are you sure you didn't tamper with it? Lin Xian. Is there something wrong with your head? Now that you have eaten my poison pill, your life is in my hands. Why would I tamper with it? Lin Xian said. That's true. I'll give it a try now. Then, Su Delin prepared to leave with the great recovery pill. Right. Su Delin thought of something. What is it? I might have to leave for 2 days. Oh. Lin Xian looked at her. I previously promised someone to do something for him. I have to make a trip. It'll be quick. Su Delin said. Sure. Now that Lin Xian's realm had returned, he was no longer that worried. It was not a problem for her to leave for 2 days. Furthermore, Lin Xian was not afraid that Su Delin would escape. Think about it. If she really wanted to escape, why would she tell Lin Xian? If she went to the heavenly Tao realm, wouldn't she be able to escape after successfully advancing? I'm leaving. With that said, Su Delin left. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. It was time for him to get down to business. Lin Xian had to deal with the Shenyuan family's matters. As for how to do it, it was a rather troublesome matter. Chapter 1650. Lin Xian's original plan was to make use of the capital impact on the Shenyuan family to gradually make a move on them. However, now that he thought about it, it was impossible for Lin Xian to make a capital impact on such a large family. Moreover, there were many innocent people in the Shenyuan family. Lin Xian only wanted to get rid of Shenyuan Qing Tian, so he had to get rid of him. Therefore, he threw this idea aside. What was left was to simply lure Shenyuan Qing Tian out. If he did that, Lin Xian was still very confident that he would die. No matter what, Shenyuan Qing Tian was only at the domain realm. No matter how strong he was, it was impossible for him to advance to the heavenly venerate realm in a short time. Lin Xian felt that killing him was actually a very simple matter. However, Shenyuan Qing Tian's cautiousness was beyond Lin Xian's imagination. Lin Xian had never met anyone more cautious than Shenyuan Qing Tian. He had sent out so many heavenly venerates, and there were even 9th-level heavenly venerates. It was enough to see how cautious he was. It was quite exaggerated for him to send out so many heavenly venerates who were only at the domain realm. Moreover, they had the spatial attribute of a heavenly venerate. However, even under such circumstances, he still didn't show himself. He didn't even think of coming over to ridicule Lin Xian. Therefore, it was obvious how cautious he was. Think about it. Under normal circumstances, with such grievances between them, he would definitely come over and kill Lin Xian. Then, before Lin Xian died, Lin Xian would have a good exchange of feelings with him. Shouldn't that be the case under normal circumstances? However, he didn't. He didn't even come over. Even with such a gap, even in a situation where he was bound to die, he didn't come over. He was really too cautious. So, what should he do? Lin Xian didn't know either. If it really didn't work, could he get Su Dalin to assassinate him? However, the success rate was probably not high. It would be fine if Shenyuan Qingtian left the Shenyuan family. If he didn't leave, it was really impossible to lock onto his position. Moreover, even if Su Dalin had reached the heavenly Tao and was currently invincible here, what if Shenyuan Qingtian escaped? If he ran away and hid, what if Lin Xian couldn't find him even after 2 months? What would he do if he couldn't complete the mission? Moreover, Lin Xian's whereabouts were really uncertain. Other than the time he went to Kunlun Mountain, Lin Xian had no idea where he was. Let's not think about this for now. There will always be a chance. Let's go find our dear little Qingya first. Lin Xian stretched. Another 2 days passed by just like that. The past 2 days had been quite interesting for Lin Xian. He had been playing with the girls and it was quite relaxing. At this moment, Su Dalin arrived at the cave. To be honest, although Su Dalin was very ambitious and ruthless, she was still a person with principles. Although Duan Ling Xiao didn't help her much and only gave her a small reversion pill, she was still the one who asked for his help and went to look for it. The reason why Su Dalin came back was purely because of Duan Ling Xiao. Previously, she promised to do something for him. Now, she felt that it might be a convenient thing to do, so it didn't matter if she came here. Moreover, she could also go sightseeing and avoid being controlled by that bastard Lin Xian. Wouldn't it be perfect if she just asked for a few days? Otherwise, if she stayed at his place every day, who knew what he would ask her to do? Let's run for a few days first. Nice. Su Dalin sat in the cave, surrounded by a pile of food that she bought along the way. There was even a Rujiamo. She had to admit that she seemed to like this era a little. There were so many novel things in this era. Everything was no longer the same as in her memory, especially the various delicacies. She was sick of eating chicken, duck, and fish in the past. But now, she was still eating chicken, duck, and fish. How could the food here be so delicious? There were dozens of flavors in one fish. Oh my God! She wasn't considered a foodie, but she felt that she had never tasted these flavors before. They were too novel and indeed delicious. Moreover, although it wasn't as convenient as before, when she was always provided with clothes and food, it wasn't much different now, right? It was that app, the Hungry Group app. You could order whatever you wanted to eat at home, and someone would deliver it to your door. Thinking about it this way, it was quite comfortable. Bastard! Now, whenever she thought of that Lin Xian, she felt unbearably angry. Damn, it was really infuriating. She, the leader of the great Shang dynasty, was now a prisoner of a 20-year-old brat. But thinking about it, it was all right because that person didn't seem to be particularly overboard. In fact, he was quite capable. When the time came, the key would be to see if he could help her restore her cultivation to the heavenly Tao. If he could, then she would really have to thank him. Those resentment and what-not would seem to be gone. Footsteps were heard. Su Dalin put away the food, then sat there with her eyes closed as if she was resting. Senior. Duan Ling Xiao walked in and saw her. Then, he revealed a pleasantly surprised expression. This senior was quite principled. At least she didn't go back on her words and didn't lie to a junior like him. Su Dalin opened her eyes. She was still using the appearance of the woman she killed before. Senior, are you done? Just tell me what you want to say. Su Dalin said calmly. Yes. Duan Ling Zhao's hopes were now placed on her. Shenyuan Qingtian had sent so many top-notch experts, but they still couldn't kill Lin Xian. Now, at least apart from this woman, he really didn't know how else to deal with Lin Xian. As for himself, he admitted that he wasn't a match for Lin Xian. So, he had to die. Duan Ling Xiao then said, I would like to ask Senior to help me kill someone. This person's cultivation is only at the domain realm. Su Dalin nodded. This was a small matter. She wasn't that kind of person. For example, if some people had no enmity with her, she wouldn't do anything. For example, Lin Xian had to consider the innocent women and children of the Shenyuan family when he dealt with them. But Su Dalin didn't. So what if they had no enmity with each other? It didn't matter. Simply put, in Su Dalin's eyes, life was very cheap. Who is it? Su Dalin said calmly. If she wanted to kill someone, if she was further away, she could go out and have fun. Then, she could give Lin Xian an excuse that she wouldn't be able to return in a short time. That felt good. Then, Duan Ling Xiao handed Su Dalin a photo and said, "His name is Lin Xian. He's my sworn enemy. He's only at the domain realm and doesn't have much ability. He has the spatial attribute. Senior, you have to be careful of him." Su Dalin? Chapter 1651. Really, Su Dalin was dumbfounded. It can't be, right? The world is so big. How can my circle be so small? Lin Xian? If it was just the name Lin Xian, she would think it was a coincidence. After all, the name B was very common. However, when she saw the photo, she was dumbfounded. Know this? Senior, is there a problem? Duan Ling Xiao asked. No. Do you have anyone else you want me to kill? Su Dalin asked. This person wanted to kill Lin Xian, but it didn't mean that she had to help Lin Xian kill him. This wasn't contradictory, right? She still had a huge grudge against Lin Xian. Now, what was more important to Su Dalin was that she needed a reason to stay outside for 2 more days. She really didn't want to go back. Why should she go back? She could still play and eat outside. No more. Duan Ling Xiao said. This senior was really strange. He asked her to help him kill 1 person, but now she wanted to kill 2 more? Really? Senior, killing 1 is enough. There's really no more. Duan Ling Xiao said. Yes. Su Dalin nodded. Kill? Of course not. However, she had promised to do it, right? If she couldn't do it, then it wasn't her problem. It was the difficult thing he asked her to do, so it wasn't her problem. That was what Su Dalin thought. His location is at. Duan Ling Xiao then told her Lin Xian's address. I know. You can leave now. Yes. Please take care of it, senior. After Duan Ling Xiao finished speaking, he bowed and left. The rest was up to her. Duan Ling Xiao sighed. If she still couldn't kill Lin Xian, Duan Ling Xiao really didn't know what to do. If she still couldn't kill him, wouldn't it be too unbelievable? It shouldn't be a problem. This is so annoying. Su Dalin sighed, then looked at Lin Xian's photo and burned Lin Xian's photo to ashes. She could only go back now. If she lied to him, her body would hurt a lot, wouldn't it? Therefore, he could only go back. So annoying. 2 days later, Su Dalin returned to her residence. Why did you go out? Lin Xian moved closer to her. There were only the 2 of them. Mu Feifei went out to play, Mu Qingyao was cultivating, and Qin Yijuan was at work. Something came up. What is it? Private matters. Lin Xian rolled his eyes. I say, can you listen to me? Su Dalin took a bite of the potato chip. I just went to report to someone. He asked me to do something. He asked me to kill someone. Guess who he killed? Su Dalin curled her lips. Could it be me? Lin Xian joked casually. You know. Lin Xian. Me? Yes. What was that person like? Then Su Dalin described a little to Lin Xian. At first, Lin Xian thought it might be Shenyuan Qingtian, but after hearing Su Dalin's description, Lin Xian realized that it was Duan Ling Xiao. Huh? This Duan Ling Xiao had no other way and even needed Su Dalin? Then did you kill him? Lin Xian asked. No. Lin Xian guessed so too. This woman still had a grudge against him, and it probably wouldn't be so easy to kill Duan Ling Xiao, unless she suddenly attacked. As long as Duan Lingxiao was a little vigilant, he would definitely be fine. After all, he also had the system. Okay, that's it for now. My spiritual power has recovered. After refining the pills in a few days, you can prepare to recover your cultivation, Lin Xian said lightly. Su Dolin was still dubious about it. It depended on the situation. Another week passed by like this. Needless to say, refining pills for Su Dolin was truly a waste of time. It had wasted 2 days of Lin Xian's time. However, Lin Xian felt that it was worth it. With a heavenly Dao realm expert protecting the people around him in the future, Lin Xian felt that it was worth it. He handed the pill to Su Dolin. Su Dolin took it. This is... She didn't know what kind of pill it was, but she could feel the surging power coming from it. It was definitely not an ordinary item. You must have never heard of it. Go to an absolutely safe place without anyone and prepare to recover your heavenly Dao realm. Come over when you're at the heavenly Dao. I have something I need your help with. Su Dolin shot a glance at Lin Xian. As for whether she could recover her cultivation level to the heavenly Dao realm, she would know after consuming the pill. She would also know if Lin Xian was a cheat or something else. If it was true, she would really have to look at Lin Xian in a different light. I'm leaving. Su Dolin vanished from her spot. Lin Xian took out his phone. Little Qing Zhu, what's wrong? Do you miss me? Kiss kiss. Lin Xian smiled at Lu Qingzhu. Lu Qingzhu was taken aback. Then, she awkwardly glanced at Dongfang Shui. The world didn't know that Dongfang Shui had returned, but Lu Qingzhu and her parents knew. The two of them could be considered good friends now. Dongfang Shui had gone with her parents and was now chatting with Lu Qingzhu. The parents of the two families were also discussing something important. Then, they learned of something important and planned to tell Lin Xian. Unexpectedly, Lu Qingzhu casually made a WeChat call. Lin Xian's first reaction was to embarrass Lu Qingzhu. Kiss kiss. Dongfang Shui smiled. Lin Xian froze. It was clearly Dongfang Shui's voice. No, how did Dongfang Shui end up together with Lu Qingzhu? They only knew each other, but there was no need to say that they were together, right? I knew you were here, Shui. I actually said that on purpose for you to hear. Lin Xian awkwardly said. Oh. Lin Xian. Wait, why are you with Lu Qingzhu? Lin Xian asked. Didn't you say you knew I was here? Then you don't know why we're together? Dongfang Shui asked. Lin Xian. That was too careless. Just kidding, cough cough cough, just kidding. Where are you? I'll come find you when I have time. Lin Xian. My parents came here to discuss some things with Uncle Lu, and I just so happened to be here, Dongfang Shui said. I see. Dongfang Shui did not want to expose herself too early as she was worried that it would attract some unnecessary trouble, especially from the Shenyuan family. Don't misunderstand, Dongfang Shui. Lu Qingzhu hurriedly explained. She was afraid that Dongfang Shui would misunderstand her relationship with Lin Xian. Dongfang Shui nodded. This guy already had so many girlfriends, so what if he added Lu Qingzhu? It didn't matter if he added one more or one less. In any case, she was already prepared. Cough cough, that's right, don't misunderstand, don't misunderstand. Lin Xian spoke awkwardly. By the way, why are you looking for me? Dongfang Shui replied in a solemn voice. It's something very important. Chapter 1652. Lin Xian raised an eyebrow at Dongfang Shui's words. Lin Xian was definitely looking forward to hearing something that Dongfang Shui described as extremely important. Tell me about it. Lin Xian. Dongfang Shui then said, We've already discovered some people. You mean those who have awakened from their deep slumber? Dongfang Shui nodded. That's right. My parents also came to the Lu family to discuss this matter. They hope that no matter what, the Dongfang family and the Lu family can unite against a common enemy. Apparently, the The people who discovered them were Qin Shi Huang and a few of his subordinates. Where were they discovered? Kunlun Mountain. Qin Shi Huang sent people to Kunlun Mountain to negotiate terms with them. In the end, a battle erupted, but there were no casualties, so those people left. Lin Xian's brows furrowed tightly. That doesn't fit Qin Shi Huang's style. Was this the style of a tyrant? Actually, Qin Shi Huang isn't a tyrant. Ha! Lin Xian scratched his head. Lu Qingzhu continued, the real Qin Shi Huang isn't a tyrant. He was the first emperor to introduce the idea of using the law to protect criminals. As an emperor, he could even think of using the law to protect the rights of criminals. How bad could he be? He wasn't the one who burned the books and buried the scholars. How come Qin Shi Huang isn't a tyrant? Lin Xian felt like he was about to go crazy. It's actually like that. Dongfeng Shui continued, did your teacher say something to you before? What did he say? Even if you know that Qin Shi Huang isn't a tyrant, you still have to write that he is a tyrant during the exam. This is something my teacher personally told us, Dongfeng Shui said. Lin Xian scratched his head. What were the terms of going to Kunlun Mountain? Lin Xian asked. According to my father, they seem to have asked Kunlun Mountain to assist them in unifying the continent, but how could Kunlun Mountain agree? In the end, they parted on bad terms. Lu Qingzhu replied. That's all? That's right. But no one knows what's going to happen next. However, one thing is for sure, the Earth is going to change soon. It might not even take half a year, or even a few months. Lin Xian frowned. But for now, we still don't know who the real enemy is. Do you think it will be Ying Zheng, the Qin emperor? They shook their heads. I'm not sure, but it's clear that their memories are fragmented. Now, their cognition is still from their era. They won't be able to accept it in a short period of time. Many of them will definitely do things the same way they did in the past, and they are all filled with ambition. But there is actually good news. What good news? Because there are so many emperors and so many powerhouses. They all want to unify the world, so they have to kill each other. When the sandpiper and the clam fight, the fisherman benefits. Perhaps to our Earth, they are not that big of a threat, unless there is such a person or a force that directly tramples on the other powerhouses in an irresistible manner. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, that's true. However, ambition was something that could not be controlled. On the contrary, it could control a person. Who knew what would happen? Let's leave it at that for now. You guys get to know more about Kunlun Mountain and see what's going on. Okay, I got it. I'll tell you when the time comes. Lin Xian nodded. Oh right. Have any of you seen Shenyuan Qingtian? Him? He should be at the Shenyuan family, or he's gone somewhere to train. Don't you know this person? Lin Xian rubbed the tip of his nose. Lin Xian really didn't know much about this Shenyuan Qingtian. What do you want? Dongfeng Shui asked with furrowed brows. Nothing, nothing. Let's leave it at that for now. You guys be careful too. Don't go to any dangerous places. I'm hanging up now. I still have some things to do. Okay. After hanging up, Lin Xian sat on the sofa and smoked a cigarette. This was going to be difficult, because everything seemed to have happened a little too quickly. However, Lin Xian felt that it was better to be faster. This was because if he could do something during his time on Earth, it would definitely be good. But his cultivation base, moreover, Lin Xian felt that this was going to take a long time. He definitely couldn't do too much in such a short time. The most important thing he could do, and what he cared about the most, was to protect the people he cared about in this situation. He needed to protect them. Lin Xian's most important thing right now was to kill Shenyuan Qingtian. The second thing was to think of a way to protect Mu Qingya and the others while he was not here. To be honest, Lin Xian was a man, and men understood men best. For men, there were only two things they pursued in their lives: power and women. They were all so beautiful. If Lin Xian could take a fancy to them, wouldn't everyone else be attracted to them? Therefore, they were really in danger. Lin Xian really had to think of a way to give them the ability to protect themselves. Su Delin was one of the important things that Lin Xian was working hard to do. He wanted her to protect them. But it wasn't enough. As for Duan Lingxiao, Lin Xian didn't need to care about him. Lin Xian didn't want to spend a lot of energy on him. In Lin Xian's eyes, Duan Lingxiao was a clown. A clown that could never be a match for Lin Xian. Earth was his only chance to defeat him. If he couldn't grasp this opportunity, he definitely wouldn't be able to get rid of Lin Xian when he returned to Sky Blue Planet. Because if he returned to Sky Blue Planet, Lin Xian should be able to break through to the Heavenly Dao realm soon, right? Although it was very, very difficult to break through to the Heavenly Dao realm, Lin Xian felt that with the system, it should be easier for him. At least, it should be easier for him compared to others. Lin Xian was rather confident. And as long as Lin Xian reached the Heavenly Dao realm, he felt that he could do whatever he wanted. In the Heavenly Dao realm, a difference of 1 star could be the difference of an entire realm. It was similar to the difference between a 1-star Heavenly Dao realm and a 2-star Heavenly Dao realm. It was like the difference between a 1-star Heavenly Venerate realm and a 1-star Great Void realm. However, Lin Xian really felt that as long as he crossed the chasm between the Heavenly Dao realm and the Heavenly Dao realm, everything else would be easily solved. That was because his combat strength, all his attributes, top-notch purity and proficiency, dual laws, top-notch domain, and the system could make up for the difference of an entire realm. And don't forget, Lin Xian's main domain was extremely powerful. Even if Lin Xian was a 1-star Heavenly Dao realm, wouldn't it be easy for him to fight a 4-star or 5-star Heavenly Dao realm expert with his domain? How can I protect them on Earth? Lin Xian frowned as he began to think of a solution. It was difficult, really difficult. Chapter 1653. You have to know that when the time comes, the people who can threaten Earth should be a group of high-level Great Void Realm and Heavenly Dao Realm existences. If Lin Xian wants to use something to protect them, it has to be something that can at least resist a Heavenly Dao Realm existence. But, to be honest, Lin Xian himself didn't have anything to resist a Heavenly Dao Realm existence, so how could he help the people around him resist? Wait. Who said anything about resisting? Wasn't it enough to protect their lives? And what was the best thing to use to protect their lives? Space. Although Lin Xian's realm wasn't high enough, he had the laws of creation. He could use the laws of creation to augment his space, and then use the stacking of time to create something that could allow them to escape from a Heavenly Dao realm existence. Yes. With this in mind, Lin Xian began working. Just like that, another week passed. Sis, what has brother-in-law been doing for the past few days? Mu Feifei sat by the table and shook her head with her hands on her cheeks. She felt bored without him around. He seems to be preparing something. For the past few days, Lin Xian had been staying at Su Delin's place, which was the villa next door. They had gone to see him many times, but Mu Feifei didn't understand. It's strange. He doesn't even have sex with Sis. What could be so important? Mu Feifei expressed her confusion. This person was so lecherous. Her sister was so beautiful, but he didn't have sex with her. He hadn't had sex for a week. How could he tolerate it? It felt ridiculous. Why don't we go over and ask? Mu Qingya also stopped cultivating and walked over with Mu Feifei. Phew, Lin Xian stretched in the back garden next door. It's finally done. Su Delin sat not far from Lin Xian, rocking her legs and eating potato chips. She was very satisfied. Looking at Lin Xian, she felt that he had a hard life. What are you doing? Su Delin looked at the few beads in Lin Xian's hand and asked curiously. Her attitude towards Lin Xian was completely different now. After eating the pill he had given her, she had really recovered to the Heavenly Dao realm. If he said that he had a way to raise her cultivation by 2 stars, it would be too exaggerated for a Heavenly Dao realm expert to raise her cultivation by 2 stars. About this, spatial beads can break through the Heavenly Dao realm's spatial seals. At critical moments you can escape. Oh. Su Delin's brows pricked up. Break through the Heavenly Dao realm's spatial seals? This is the result to you to do it? Refined domain realm refined such a thing? Su De Lin's surprise.
To me. Lin Xian clicked his tongue and said, the medicinal pills for you to advance to heavenly Tao were all personally refined by me.
What's wrong with this?
Come.
Su De Lin nodded. Take this, say Lin Xian threw one to her.
For me.
Although you are a heavenly Tao, it's inevitable that you will encounter some unknown dangers. It's excellent to leave one as a life-saving measure.
Lin Xian.
Su De Lin took it.
Sure. Having such an item was better than nothing.
Furthermore, as a warrior, it was very important to have something that could save her life, especially something that could escape from a heavenly Tao realm.
It was indeed extremely powerful.
Am I good to you? Lin Xian said with a smile.
Yeah.
Su De Lin stroked her exquisite chin. To be honest, this was something she had never expected. One who is unaccountably solicitous is hiding evil intentions. Hey, I've never said that I'm being unaccountably solicitous.
I said that I wanted you to protect those people.
Just do what you need to do. And I'm giving you a boost purely because I see you as my friend.
At the same time, by strengthening you, you can better protect yourself and help me protect them.
Lin Xian. Friend. Do you have friends who poison their friends? Su De Lin asked. Ahem, you know what I mean anyway.
Where are you going?
Su De Lin asked.
Me?
I'm not telling you.
All right.
Su De Lin shrugged her shoulders. Do you still wish to rule the world now?
Lin Xian asked.
Why not?
It'll be difficult.
You have to know that many kings and experts have awakened one after another.
They have even begun to deal with some of the modern forces and have already made their moves. As for you, 1, you have no power and 2, you have no capital.
How are you going to rule the world? Isn't that because you are restricting me?
In this current era, I'm afraid that there are only a few people who have the cultivation of the heavenly Tao. This sovereign already has the cultivation of the heavenly Tao. I can casually kill those people.
After killing all of them, won't this sovereign unify the world?
Lin Xian, what a ruthless woman.
In any case, you'd better stay here obediently. TCH. Su De Lin also learned to TCH. But to be honest, Lin Xian found that this girl seemed to be a little cute.
The main reason was that her nature might not be so bad. Or rather, she was pretending. This was also possible. She pretended to be not so threatening so that he would let his guard down against her.
When he helped her detoxify the poison, she would instantly betray him. This was also what Lin Xian was worried about. After all, this was a ruthless woman who even killed her own sister. Lin Xian certainly would not underestimate her. Mu Feifei and Mu Qingya came over. Lin Xian quickly stopped talking about these sensitive topics. Brother-in-law, you are finally resurrected.
Mu Feifei came over with a smile. What are you talking about? Take it. Lin Xian threw a bead to each of them. What is this?
Mu Feifei blinked. Good stuff. Lin Xian then told them the effect of this bead.
Wow.
Isn't that invincible?
Invincible my ass.
Silly. Mu Feifei pouted.
Humph. Then, she silently put away the bead.
This could be a life. Mu Qingya glanced at the bead in her hand.
From the fact that Lin Xian spent so many days refining this, it could be seen that the current situation on Earth was not optimistic.
Okay, I'm exhausted. I'm going to take a shower. Qingya, prepare a hot pot for me. I want to eat hot pot.
Okay.
On the other side, Duan Lingxiao was really uncomfortable. A week had passed.
No, it had been 10 days.
Lin Xian was not dead yet. Shenyuan Qingtian's men were watching Lin Xian's house at all times.
There was no battle here.
In other words, that woman had not made a move yet?
But logically speaking, it was impossible.
After so long, she should have made a move. Could it be that she was lying to him?
That was meaningless.
If she was lying to him, why did she come back?
She did not need to come back at all. He did not even know where that woman was now.
F*CK. This was really uncomfortable. Did he still have to rely on himself? But he was afraid of losing his life. Chapter 1654. Time passed slowly. In the blink of an eye, Lin Xian only had 1 month left on Earth. In fact, Lin Xian had nothing else to do during this period. He had been looking for an opportunity to kill Shenyuan Qingtian, but this opportunity was really hard to find. Even Lin Xian did not know where Shenyuan Qingtian was. He might be in the Shenyuan family, but Lin Xian was not sure. This person just did not come out. He did not know what he was doing all day long. There was only 1 month left. In this month, Lin Xian had to kill him. Otherwise, something big would happen. During this time, Lin Xian only cultivated a little and played with the girls. The rest of the time, he used the law of creation to create all kinds of things that Lin Xian thought might be useful for them. Brother-in-law, come and see the news. Mu Feifei greeted Lin Xian. What news? Lin Xian leaned over to take a look. The content of the news was very simple. That was, these things about warriors were probably no longer a secret. Because someone had discovered a great battle between warriors, recorded it, and even posted it on the internet, causing a huge uproar. And someone had discovered a monster. Therefore, the era in the eyes of many people should be coming. In fact, this had already exploded on the internet a week ago. Today, the news that Mu Feifei talked about was a more authoritative news channel that publicly announced the authenticity of this matter. This led to some people who thought it was fake to completely believe in the existence of this new world of martial artists. When this happened, it triggered the most important events. First, after the world knew that warriors and cultivation existed in this world, many people no longer had the mood to go to school or work. They only wanted to cultivate and become the kind of characters in TV dramas and novels. But how many people could really start cultivating? And some people could not cultivate. This world did not have a perfect system similar to Sky Blue Planet schools that taught warriors cultivation, but it was believed that it would not be long before such a system was launched. Secondly, it might have a negative impact on the world in the beginning. To be honest, between work and cultivation, which one would you choose? It was definitely the latter. That would lead to a lot of people not working hard, which would lead to a lot of things. There might even be riots, terrorist riots. In short, this week was probably the most chaotic period since the beginning of the civilized period. Maybe you still went out shopping or something, but the crime rate did soar. However, the international side had no other choice. They could only speed up and formulate some plans. Looks like the whole world knows about it now. Lin Xian lit a cigarette. Oh, doesn't that mean that I'm not that much ahead of others? Mu Feifei pouted. You don't cultivate all day long. Who can you blame? Lin Xian glared at her. Mu Qingya sat beside him and said, About those experts. That can be considered a small secret. Not everyone knows about it. However, I reckon it won't be long before that happens, Lin Xian said. I know. Mu Feifei said. Huh. Look at your phone. It was just uploaded. It's directly pushed to the top of the trending searches. Lin Xian looked over. What the F***CK? What was this scene? A video taken by one person. What was the content of this video? It was Kunlun Mountain. Lin Xian also saw Kunlun Zi and a few other people he was relatively familiar with. Then, Lin Xian saw another group of people. There were only a few dozen people in this group, but they all seemed to be top-notch experts. They were at daggers drawn in the beginning, but they were still negotiating normally. The content of the negotiation wasn't very clear in the video, but a lot of crucial conversations could be heard towards the end. Because many of the conversations were very loud, their voices were very loud. Some keywords such as Qin Shi Huang and unifying the continent were very clear. This F***king scared the hell out of the world. The comments below, most of them were doubtful and doubtful. What the F***ck? Is this for real? Is this Qin Shi Huang? I'm F***king stupid. Could it be a movie?
Brothers, we've already started cultivating.
Is there anything else that's impossible now?
Our Earth is really going to change a lot.
What the F***ck?
Lin Xian rubbed his chin. This is really going to change a lot.
Lin Xian sighed. But this era is definitely not an era where others can unify the world as they want. Mu Qingya said.
Well, yes.
Lin Xian nodded.
What the F***ck? Qin Yijuan pushed the door open and walked in.
It's going to explode. How did the Earth become like this?
Qin Yijuan grabbed her hair.
It seemed that she was annoyed to death.
Beauty Qin, why haven't I seen you recently?
It's so annoying. Too many people have committed crimes recently. More than half of the policemen in my police station have resigned. Qin Yijuan said. Why did they resign?
Mu Feifei blinked.
To cultivate. Qin Yijuan said.
Lin Xian, do they know how to cultivate? Qin Yijuan said, who knows?
But with this kind of thing happening, who wants to work for nothing? According to those who resigned, they want to cultivate. After all, they may simply be ordinary policemen in the future and can't maintain public order.
Well, of course, this is just an excuse, but it also makes sense.
In the future, can the police still maintain public order? Qin Yijuan sat down and took a sip of water, looking depressed.
Yes.
Lin Xian. How do you know?
Lin Xian said with a smile, with so many people, there will always be people who can't cultivate and need the police to maintain public order. But in the future, there will be a new organization organized by warriors to fight against some warriors who are harmful to society.
Well, you're right. Qin Yijuan nodded. Well, I don't care. Anyway, the boat will cross the bridge when it comes to it. If I don't have this ability, why should I think about these things? Qin Yijuan then looked at Lin Xian and said, What about you? Do you have any ideas? I don't have any ideas. What are you doing here? Are you here to buy soy sauce? Freeloading.
Qin Yijuan then glanced at him.
Where's my sister?
She's next door.
Then I'll go find her. Goodbye. Qin Yijuan then walked away in a hurry. Lin Xian stretched. He really had to do something about it now. Lure Shenyuan Qing Tian out. At this time, Lu Qingzhu called Lin Xian on WeChat. Lin Xian quickly picked it up. Chapter 1655. Mu Qingya and Mu Feifei had long been used to Lin Xian's phone being searched for by various girls. What's the matter, little Qingzhu? Did you miss me? Lin Xian said with a smile. There's a banquet in a few days. Do you want to come? Lu Qingzhu directly ignored Lin Xian's words and said, What banquet? To be precise, it's a banquet organized by the major sects to deal with the catastrophe of the Earth. At that time, all the major sects, forces, and families will participate and formulate a plan for the strong and some warriors of our generation. The meaning was actually very simple. When the Earth was facing a catastrophe, there would be relevant departments to deal with it. Now, the so-called relevant departments were actually the country and the major sects. They had to stand up at this time. At the same time, they had to formulate something to deal with it. Where is it? Shaolin Temple. Why not go to Kunlun Mountain? Lin Xian asked. Maybe it's because the Qin Emperor and his people have been there before, and they feel that they should change to another place. The Shaolin Temple is a place of Buddhism. In terms of security, there is no place better than the Shaolin Temple. Maybe they feel that it is convenient to do anything in the Shaolin Temple. Then I won't go. You can just tell me some things there. If it doesn't work, we can make a video call. Lin Xian. Shenyuan Qing Tian will also be there. When? Lin Xian asked directly. 3 days later. You can bring Qingya and the others there, but you can't bring ordinary people there. Lin Xian nodded. Okay. I got it. Thank you. This was very important for Lin Xian. Shenyuan Qing Tian would also be there. In this case, he could make a move. As long as he could be with Shenyuan Qingtian, Lin Xian would have many ways to kill him. 3 days was enough. What's the matter? Mu Qingya asked. Well, there will be a banquet held in the Shaolin Temple in the martial arts world to discuss some future plans. Will you be there? Yes, yes, yes. Mu Feifei nodded quickly. All right, I'll bring you there when the time comes. Why did Lin Xian want to bring them there? There was no harm in letting them interact with each other more. After he was gone, they could only rely on themselves here. When the time comes, we'll call Qin Yijuan and Su Delin to go together. Lin Xian even wanted to bring Su Delin over. She didn't know what Lin Xian was going to do with her, but there was always a way. At this banquet, Lin Xian was determined to kill Shenyuan Qingtian no matter what. Whether it was directly killing him in the banquet or luring him out to kill him, Lin Xian had to seize this opportunity. Okay. Then I'll get to work first. After Lin Xian finished speaking, he quickly left. What was he trying to do? He had to prepare something to kill Shenyuan Qingtian. Lin Xian's first thought was poison. Moreover, this was something Lin Xian was good at. But poison might be able to kill him, but could he kill him so easily? Lin Xian shook his head. Forget it. I'll just kill him. What's the point of arguing with him? After killing him, Lin Xian would be able to leave here or return to Sky Blue Planet. But Lin Xian paced slowly in the back garden. This back garden had become a small place for Lin Xian to refine pills and the like. Many poisons that are good for killing people are indeed easy to kill, and it's completely impossible for me to expose myself, but there are too many formulas on Earth that I can't refine at all. Mu Feifei lay there and looked at Lin Xian. Sister, why do you think brother-in-law is always worried these days? Mu Feifei muttered. Mu Qingya also looked at Lin Xian in the back garden. Even Mu Feifei could see it. How could Mu Qingya not? I don't know either. She shook her head. She really felt that he had a lot on his mind and wanted to help him solve his problems, but she didn't have the ability. Mu Feifei pursed her lips. On the other side, Shenyuan Qingtian was also preparing something. Lin Xian will definitely attend this banquet. Shenyuan Qingtian said. Duan Lingxiao stood behind him. Really, he was already panicking to the point of exploding. There was only 1 month left, but he had no other choice. If this continued, he could only wait for death. Now, as long as there was a slight chance to kill Lin Xian, he was even willing to risk his life. Brother Shenyuan, do we have any other ideas this time? We've already tried so many times, but I feel that there's no way to kill him anymore. Duan Lingxiao said deliberately. Why not? What's so difficult about killing a person? It's just that I don't know his background. Shenyuan Qingtian really didn't believe this. He was just a territory realm. How heaven-defying could he be to not die? But there were so many heavenly venerables last time. There were even 9-star heavenly venerables and spatial attribute warriors, but they lost contact. This makes me feel that it's a little difficult. Duan Lingxiao said. To be honest, I really don't understand why, but he will definitely die at this banquet. Shenyuan Qingtian clenched his fists tightly, his eyes flashing with killing intent. Brother Shenyuan, what are you going to do? Are you going to send someone to assassinate him? Assassinate? How can you assassinate someone in that kind of environment? Use poison. Poison? Duan Lingxiao frowned. No. He quickly shook his head. Shenyuan Qingtian looked at Duan Lingxiao. Although Duan Lingxiao didn't know much about Lin Xian, at least he knew that Lin Xian knew medicine and poison. Lin Xian is very proficient in both poison and medicine. If we were to use poison on him, it would be a problem if he would be able to detect it. Even if we were to succeed, it would be another problem if he would die from the poison. Shenyuan Qingtian nodded. I've heard about this. Of course, he had heard about some things in DXIan's tomb. Then, don't worry, I'm confident. It's just that
I have to think of a way to succeed. This is the key.
He believed that this poison could definitely kill Lin Xian.
After all, it was given to him by that person. However, it was a little difficult to succeed. There were too many people, and he couldn't expose himself. Thinking about it, it was not easy to think about it now. He could only find an opportunity on the spot. Since Brother Shenyuan said so, then there's no problem. Although he said so, Duan Lingxiao still felt that it was inappropriate. In fact, it was quite strange. These two people actually wanted to make a move at the banquet at the same time, but they also thought of poison at the same time. However, they didn't expect each other to make a move on them. The banquet would be very interesting.
Chapter 1656.
3 days later, Lin Xian brought Mu Feifei, Mu Qingya, Qin Yijuan, and Su Dalin to the Shaolin Temple. When they got off the plane and the car, the sky was already dark.
It was almost time. Well, after we arrive, you can do your own things. I won't be with you, Lin Xian said to the girls. Are you going to pick up girls? Mu Feifei asked. Is there a need to ask such a question?
This banquet must have gathered many beautiful and outstanding girls from the entire martial arts world.
Isn't it normal for him to pick up girls?
Especially when I heard that someone seems to have more than one girlfriend.
Qin Yijuan said sourly.
She really didn't understand what Mu Qingya was thinking. She was such a proud woman, but she was willing to do this. But thinking about it, it seemed that Earth was about to enter a special period. Perhaps the crime of bigamy would not be so strict anymore.
Get lost. I'm going to do something serious, okay? I told you that I have something serious to do here. Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Tisk. Can't doing something serious be picking up girls? Or can't doing something serious be together with picking up girls? I say, what kind of mentality do you have? I'm convinced.
Lin Xian shook his head, then looked at Su Dalin and said, Keep an eye on them.
Keep an eye on me?
Su Dalin pointed at herself. Well, especially this girl.
Don't let her run around. Lin Xian pointed at Mu Feifei.
Su Dalin was in disguise, so she could appear with them. Originally, Su Dalin didn't want to come.
What was she doing here? However, Lin Xian wanted her to come.
In fact, Lin Xian didn't know why, but with a heavenly Tao realm here, at least Lin Xian felt that if he couldn't succeed, it was not impossible to kill Shenyuan Qingtian by force. Anyway, Su Dalin was in disguise. It wouldn't be a problem for her to run away. Nothing would happen. Of course, this was the last resort.
If Shenyuan Qingtian came today, Lin Xian would definitely succeed.
If there was really no other way, they could only resort to this last resort.
Oh. Su Dalin agreed unhappily.
Even though I've advanced to the heavenly Tao with his help, and even need his help to advance by another 2 stars, can't you ask her to do something that suits her status and strength?
Keep an eye on her and don't let her run around? Was this something a heavenly Tao realm expert like her should do?
It was so annoying. There were many people at the entrance of the Shaolin Temple. They had all gathered here, and some of them had already started chatting.
Little friend Lin. When Kuan Lunzi saw Lin Xian, he hurriedly greeted him with a smile. As for Lin Xian, he liked him very much.
Moreover, he was very capable.
He was really good.
Senior.
Lin Xian greeted him with a smile and cupped his fists.
Yeah.
Long time no see. Has your cultivation improved recently?
Lin Xian scratched his head.
My cultivation really hasn't improved. Senior, you think too highly of me.
Ha ha ha, you have the right.
All right, let's not talk about this.
Are they your family?
The girls were taken aback.
Oh, this is my girlfriend, and this is my sister-in-law.
These two aren't important.
Qin Yijuan. Hey. Ha ha ha, let's go in first.
Lin Xian nodded and walked in. So this is the Shaolin Temple.
Mu Feifei looked around curiously. Perhaps this isn't the real Shaolin Temple. Like Kunlun Mountain, as a top faction, the Shaolin Temple should exist in other more secretive places, Lin Xian said.
Oh.
Little Xian. Another person greeted Lin Xian. Lin Xian looked over. Lu Qingzhu and her parents were there as well. Lu Qingzhu went to chat with Mu Qingya. Which one is your girlfriend? Lu Qingzhu's father asked with a smile. Ahem, Uncle Lu, someone is calling for you. Ha ha ha. He smiled and said, okay, I'll see you there. Dongfeng Bai and Xia Zhu also came with Dongfeng Shui. They were inside, and now many topics revolved around Dongfeng Shui. Dongfeng Shui didn't want to come, but she couldn't stay away forever, right? Moreover, Lin Xian also wanted her to come. Being high profile was different from attending normal events. You guys go ahead. I won't be hanging out with you guys. Goodbye. Lin Xian still wanted to be with beautiful girls so that he could enjoy the envious and jealous gazes of others. However, Lin Xian had something important to do tonight. The Shaolin Temple was a rather large open-air square. This square looked very simple and calm, in the style of the Shaolin Temple. There were no red lights or anything like that here, only some food and drinks. This was because the main purpose of gathering everyone here this time was to talk about some important matters, not really to talk about a ball or to exchange feelings. Shui, long time no see. Shenyuan Qing Tian was pleasantly surprised to see Dongfeng Shui here. Dongfeng Shui sat there quietly and drank tea. Many people greeted her, and Dongfeng Shui smiled and nodded in agreement. Then, they chatted for a while. Shenyuan Qing Tian also walked over. Dongfeng Shui looked at Shenyuan Qing Tian and nodded. Long time no see. Where have you been these few years? I haven't heard from you at all. Dongfeng Shui said, training. Shenyuan Qing Tian looked at her. She was still so beautiful. She still looked like he liked. But the difference was that Lin Xian was alive. This feeling was very difficult for him to accept. I've missed you these few years. Shenyuan Qing Tian sat beside Dongfeng Shui and said. Thank you. Dongfeng Shui said indifferently. Shenyuan Qing Tian didn't know what to say for a moment. Aren't you going to say hello to my father? Shenyuan Qing Tian said. Dongfeng Shui glanced at him. Her parents were chatting with Shenyuan Qing Tian's father. Grudges aside, there was still some etiquette that had to be done. Wait for a while. Let's not disturb them after my father and Uncle Shenyuan finish talking. That's fine. Shenyuan Qing Tian didn't know what to say. He also got up and walked away. There were a few particularly beautiful girls in this venue, and none of them were inferior to Dongfeng Shui. Shenyuan Qing Tian liked all of them, especially the blue-haired girl from Kunlun Mountain. Her name was Morongyu or something. But there was nothing he could do. Shenyuan Qingtian's character was not suitable to go over and strike up a conversation, especially when Dongfeng Shui was here. So, when he saw many people going over to strike up a conversation, Shenyuan Qing Tian was actually quite displeased. Duan Lingxiao was looking for ways to make a move. Chapter 1657. In addition to Murong Yu, Duan Lingxiao also saw an old acquaintance. She could be considered an old acquaintance, Xiao Xinyue. He didn't expect to see so many people from Sky Blue Planet in such a big world. Xiao Xinyue was chatting with Morongyu at the moment. They only knew each other after coming here. Where have you been since you came here? Morongyu asked. Xiao Xinyue held a glass of wine and said, I worked as a white-collar worker in a company. Later, I found out that this company was run by a warrior force. There are many warriors in it. Later, I exposed my strength and joined Mount Amei. Then, I followed them to this banquet. I didn't expect to meet you here. Yes, Lin Xian will be here soon. Xiao Xinyue's beautiful eyes lit up. He's here too? You met him? Yes, I met him at the Martial Arts Circle convention. How are your missions coming along? Xiao Xinyue asked. Almost there. As for him, I'm not sure. We haven't talked much. Haven't talked much, Morong Yu said lightly. He seems to have picked up several girls here.
He's been hanging out with them every day. Xiao Xinyue, why is he picking up girls here?
She was puzzled. Clearly, this place was their springboard, and they were going to leave after staying here for a few months.
He was picking up girls here.
Firstly, she wasn't sure if it was real or not. Although she felt that this world was very real, if it was another plane, wouldn't it be too exaggerated?
Did they step into the void? Even if it was real, what would they do if he left after hooking up with other girls here?
According to her understanding of Lin Xian, although Lin Xian was very lecherous, he was not an irresponsible person.
I don't know. Morong Yu shook her head. She couldn't be bothered to care about him.
At this time, several beautiful girls came over together.
She's here.
That's her.
At least, that's the one. Maybe the others too. Morong Yu glanced at Mu Qingya and the others. It's indeed Lin Xian's taste. Xiao Xinyue said.
Where's Lin Xian? Then, they saw a wretched figure slowly walk in from another position.
They haven't come in together? Could it be that he doesn't want others to know that he has a girlfriend and still wants to pick up girls here? Xiao Xinyue thought of this possibility.
It was unimaginably lustful.
Hi, pretty girl, may I know you?
Another person came over to strike up a conversation. No, thank you,
Xiao Xinyue said indifferently.
Lin Xian knew that Morong Yu was here, so when he came in, he directly went to look for Morong Yu.
Morong Yu was very easy to find. Her sky-blue hair was too eye-catching.
Then, Lin Xian saw her sitting in one of the seats and walked over with a smile.
Beauty, it shouldn't be a problem to get to know each other, right? Qiao Shan still didn't give up.
It was mainly because they were too beautiful. No, I don't,
Xiao Xinyue added.
Then this lady. Thank you.
Morong Yu straightforwardly thanked him. Qiao Shan frowned.
Why was it so difficult to strike up a conversation with this beautiful woman?
Lin Xian walked over. Pretty girl, let's get to know each other. Lin Xian's lips curled up slightly.
No, get lost,
Morong Yu said indifferently.
Lin Xian? Damn it.
This little Yu was not obedient. She actually refused to cooperate with him. Then, Lin Xian took a look.
Damn it.
Xiao Xinyue was actually here. Then, Lin Xian looked at Xiao Xinyue and asked, Pretty girl, let's get to know each other?
Get lost. Lin Xian? Hey. Get lost.
The two of them then stood up and walked to the side.
Lin Xian. Brother, don't hit on these two.
You can't hit on them at all. Qiao Shan said to Lin Xian. Sigh, it's a little difficult, but I think you have to work hard. Okay, then you can do it. Qiao Shan shook his head. Teske. He had no idea what he was doing.
She had already told him to get lost.
But let me remind you, at least they rejected me with a polite thank you. You didn't have to thank me, and she directly told you to get lost. Tell me, how is that possible?
Qiao Shan shook his head.
You don't understand. Hitting on girls is all about being shameless. Isn't it just being scolded? You're backing out just like that?
With that, Lin Xian walked away.
Idiot. Qiao Shan sneered.
Of course, he knew that hitting on girls should be shameless, but she had already told him to get lost.
Did he not have any idea? Lin Xian then went over.
Hey, give me some face,
Lin Xian said with a grin.
Morong Yu glanced at Lin Xian and said, What face?
Why don't you go find other girls? Why are you here?
You're jealous? Lin Xian laughed. No,
Morong Yu said lightly. You're jealous, and you? Lin Xian looked at Xiao Xinyue.
You're crazy,
Xiao Xinyue said.
Hey, we haven't seen each other for so long.
You're going to lose me if you say you're crazy. Xiao Xinyue looked at Lin Xian. I heard you got a few girls here?
Hey, you're still saying you're not jealous.
I'm not your girlfriend, why would I be jealous? I just feel that it's not worth it for those girls. Won't you consider them? Xiao Xingyue asked. Damn, don't you know what kind of person I am? Don't worry. Xiao Xingyue shook her head. Don't worry? Did he want to come back from the God's awakening door in the future? What if he couldn't? Sure enough, he was still a kid. After all, Lin Xian was slightly younger than them. What about you? How's the mission? It's almost done. 2 more to go. It's not difficult. We can leave when the time is up. Qin Xingyue said. What about you? Lin Xian said, Me? My mission is neither difficult nor easy. It depends on tonight. Oh right. I suddenly thought of something. If he couldn't poison her, could he use the beauty trap? Wait. It seemed feasible. Lin Xian glanced around and didn't see Shenyuan Qingtian. But no, he couldn't let them do it. He had to find someone who could make sure no one knew he was related to her. Are there any other beautiful girls here? Lin Xian asked. I don't know. They shook their heads. Lin Xian suddenly thought of Su Delin. She could do it. Okay. I got it. Kiss. Get lost. Qiao Shan frowned and looked over. F*CK. What's going on? Why are they chatting? Look at you. Your little hand is not as soft as before. Lin Xian reached out and held Morong Yu's little hand. Although she quickly broke away, many people still saw it. Ah. Sister, that hooligan is really hitting on girls. Mu Feifei was shocked. F*CK. So cool. Chapter 1658. Lin Xian was very happy to see Xiao Xingyue here. He was just a little upset that he hadn't taken her down yet. But in fact, there were many girls around him who were just 1 step away from confessing. No, 1 step away from succeeding. I saw Duan Lingxiao. Xiao Xingyue said. Yes. Lin Xian nodded. You fought with him? Xiao Xingyue asked. Yes. He wouldn't give up such a good opportunity to kill me here, but he didn't succeed. Be careful. This banquet is also a rare opportunity for him. After all, you don't have many chances to see each other, and time is running out. He will definitely want to seize this opportunity. Don't worry. I know what to do. Lin Xian nodded. Qiao Shan was really stunned. What the F*CK? Did they really have a conversation? That was awesome. Sister, look at him. Mu Feifei pulled Mu Qingya's sleeve a little unhappily. The main thing was that this person had no problem picking up girls. It was very normal. But he couldn't be so beautiful every girl he picked up, right? She had seen that blue-haired beauty before, but what was going on with this new one? Mu Qingya was used to it anyway. Eat something. Then she sat down. This was not a free banquet. To put it simply, in other banquets, there were all kinds of food and drinks. You could take whatever you wanted. But here, there were seats. You had to sit down. After you sat down, someone would serve you the food. It was just like a banquet. Qin Yijuan glanced at her. Oh my God. Was this the Mu Qingya she knew? That was strange. Lin Xian was sitting with Morong Yu and the others, but he was contacting Su Dalin on his phone. Su Dalin glanced at the message on his phone. Then she showed an unhappy expression. Then should I watch them or what? Su Dalin sent a voice message. How annoying. Wait, what do you want her to do? Can't you do something more difficult? What was the point of this? What did Lin Xian want her to do? He wanted her to go out for a while and change her appearance again. He wanted her to change her appearance into a very, very pretty one. Then, he wanted her to get close to a person called Shenyuan Qingtian. Anyway, that was all. He said that he might want her to do something later. To seduce someone? Asking her, Su Delin, to seduce someone? It was true that she was a fox demon, but not just anyone could catch her eye. She wanted her to seduce a little brat? He must be crazy. What did he take Su Delin for?
It was so annoying. Of course, it's to do what I asked you to do now.
Oh. Su Delin then walked out unhappily.
Lin Xian believed that Su Delin could control the pace well.
She was a sly old fox. She could seduce someone and do it flawlessly. She wouldn't expose her purpose. Lin Xian didn't have to think about it at all. There would be no problem. After all, she wasn't a brat like Mu Feifei.
What are you doing?
Xiao Xinyue asked doubtfully. Kill someone. Why do you meet enemies everywhere you go? She was really helpless. I want to know too. Maybe it's because the girls around me are too beautiful.
You know, beauty is trouble.
It's all beautiful women like you who cause trouble for me.
Bah. Annoying.
Who else did you see? Xiao Xinyue asked. Xintong and Little Lingying. I'll send their WeChat messages to you. I'll add you to the group. I haven't seen the others yet, but I don't think there'll be any problems. It's just a task.
Lin Xian.
Well, I saw Yuhan.
Oh. Where is she?
Lin Xian asked.
She joined an assassin organization.
I accidentally met her when she was doing a task last time. She said that some of her tasks were triggered by the assassin organization.
Anyway, she has killed a lot of people. Maybe her task is the most difficult.
Killed a lot of people?
Are they people who should be killed?
Xiao Xinyue nodded.
She said so.
I don't think the triggered task would make her kill innocent people, right? Well, Lin Xian didn't have to worry too much about this. She was very suitable for this line of work. At this time, many powerhouses also came here one after another. Basically, everyone was here.
Everyone, please come to the inner hall.
A Shaolin Temple powerhouse walked out and said lightly. Everyone left and went to the huge inner hall. In the inner hall, hundreds of people were already seated. Hundreds and thousands of people outside had also arrived. Everyone, please find a seat and sit down. The food is already served. Everyone took their seats.
Lin Xian glanced around and saw many old acquaintances, including Duan Lingxiao, Shenyuan Qingtian, and even Shenyuan Qingtian's father, Shenyuan Long. Of course, there was also his Dongfang Shui.
Brother Lin.
Master Wuxin saw Lin Xian and walked over with a smile.
Ha ha ha, Master Wuxin, long time no see. Lin Xian shook hands with him. Brother Lin, would you like to sit with me?
I can also talk to you about some things about cultivation.
Sure. Lin Xian then left Mu Feifei and the others behind. But it didn't matter. Mu Feifei, Qin Yijuan, and Mu Qingya sat together. They weren't lonely anyway. As for Lu Qingzhu, she naturally had to sit with the Lu family. In this case, there may not be many opportunities to make a move tonight. Duan Lingxiao and Shenyuan Qingtian sat together.
There were many kinds of seats, such as 8-person seats, 6-person seats, 4-person seats, and 2-person seats.
Anyway, there wasn't much to pay attention to.
As long as you made sure that those with higher status sat in the front seats, the others could sit more casually. After all, at this time, everyone didn't want to be so restrained in this regard. They were all going to be partners in the future, grasshoppers on the same rope. Now, they should have a sense of intimacy instead of being estranged by the rules. Of course, those sitting in the front rows were the masters of the more powerful sex, the helmsmen of the family, and the like.
Shenyuan Qingtian glanced at them and frowned. If that's the case, then there are indeed very few opportunities to make a move. Because this was not an open banquet.
If it continued like this, then it would be troublesome.
But he felt that nothing in the world was difficult for those who set their mind to it. As long as one set their mind to it, there would always be a way. He also saw Lin Xian. Lin Xian even walked past him with Master Wuxin and went to sit in a seat closer to the front than him. His eyes narrowed slightly. This made him very unhappy. Why could he sit in a seat closer to them? Shenyuan Qingtian couldn't sit there. His father was sitting with several family helmsmen.
He couldn't sit there. Damn it. There were 2 empty seats in front of them, but no one was sitting. This was normal. Chapter 1659. Who was Shenyuan Qingtian? He was sitting here. If you wanted to sit with him, you had to be an existence of his generation or of his level to be able to sit here. Of course, this was only in theory, but everyone knew this in their hearts. There were many outstanding people in his generation, such as Lu Qingzhu, Dongfang Shui, and the top young masters of various sects and families. However, they didn't want to sit with him. After all, sitting with Shenyuan Qingtian was very stressful. Moreover, they weren't familiar with Shenyuan Qingtian at all, so it would be awkward to sit with him. Brother Lin, come sit here. Lin Xian was brought over by Great Master Wuxin. The various experts in the front seats, such as Wudong Mountains Zhongzhuiyang, Kunlun Mountains Kunlun Mountain, and so on, were all seated at the very front. They all greeted him. This also made many people who didn't know Lin Xian at all begin to notice him. Who is this person? Why was it that such a young brat like him was able to make these martial arts world's top existences call out to him one after another? This? You don't know? Lin Xian is the champion of the Martial Arts Circle Convention. Even the champion of the Martial Arts Circle Convention shouldn't be like this. Of course, the most important thing is that he is also someone who entered Xian's tomb. Many people survived because of him, so these seniors still like him very much. This includes a lot of information about Xian's tomb. The information about the revival of those people that allowed us to be prepared earlier was also brought out by him. Is he really a young man? To be honest, he is indeed very powerful. Lin Xian said with a smile, "Thank you for your kindness, seniors. I'll sit with Master Wuxin. We can also talk about cultivation." Ha, sure. You two are like old friends at first sight. Have a good chat. Lin Xian nodded with a smile and then sat with Master Wuxin. At this time, Su Dalin also walked in. She had changed her dress and appearance. Of course, she was unbelievably beautiful. Coupled with her extremely charming temperament, her temperament was no longer something that a modern person could possess. Moreover, she was born with the charm of a fox. After she walked in, her temptation to men was simply invincible. Su Dalin walked forward and saw Shenyuan Qingtian. Then, she casually sat at the table next to Shenyuan Qingtian, which was only 2 meters away from Shenyuan Qingtian. Of course, Shenyuan Qingtian saw her. To be honest, it would be a lie if he said that he didn't like her. No man could resist Su Dalin's temperament. More importantly, she had a noble temperament in addition to her charm. For a man, especially an outstanding man who thought highly of himself, this kind of noble temperament was simply a king bomb. They couldn't resist it. This was because they believed that he was pretentious. His woman should not only have a beautiful appearance, but she should also not be ordinary. After all, Su Dalin was a woman who could charm even King Zhou of Shang. Shenyuan Qingtian, on the other hand, didn't need to sit. She just needed to sit there and exude a charming, noble, and confident aura with every movement. Just the curve of Su Dalin's lips was enough to make men fall in love with her. Who is this woman? Shenyuan Qingtian asked. I don't know. She doesn't look simple. Duan Lingxiao said. Definitely not simple, but why can't I recognize her? Shenyuan Qingtian felt that this shouldn't be the case. If it was Dongfang Shui and this woman, who would he choose? No hesitation. This woman. Of course, if he had to choose to be his wife, it would still be Dongfang Shui. The main thing was that with this woman's temperament, you can *king not get out of bed for 3 days. Really, you don't want to get out of bed at all. You just want to conquer her and make her beg for mercy. Make her cry. This was what men thought when they saw Su Dalin. Shenyuan Qingtian hurriedly used his phone to ask about this woman in his circle. No one knew. Could she be the daughter of some reclusive family? She looks like she came alone. Coupled with her temperament, she should be an expert. At the same time, She should be someone with a high status. This kind of woman is suitable for me.
Shenyuan Qingtian pondered in his heart.
To him, women were too important. Of course, this was the case for any man. The main thing was that he really couldn't meet a woman that could satisfy him, and even if he met one, he couldn't get her. But this, although he felt that it might be very, very difficult. How would he know if he didn't try? Su Dolin also saw Duan Lingxiao. Wasn't this the person who asked her to help kill Lin Xian? Then Lin Xian should have let her seduce him. Instead, he asked her to seduce the man next to her.
How boring. Couldn't he let her seduce someone like his father a little bit? At least he was a little bit of a character, right?
There was no challenge. She just sat here and felt that man was always secretly sizing her up. What challenge was there in this? At this moment, a top elder of the Shaolin Temple in front stood up, coughed, and said, "Everyone, quiet down."
Everyone quieted down.
First of all, thank you for coming to this banquet.
This old man took a look, and basically everyone is here.
The leaders of the major families, sects, and forces are all present.
It's been so chaotic recently, so we'll definitely come. After all, we have the entire earth behind us, or at least the entire country. A powerhouse said.
Okay, then everyone, please raise your glasses. Let's have a drink first. They finished the cup in one gulp. The elder continued, the purpose of this banquet is to discuss some issues about the future crisis of Earth. This matter is no longer a secret, and we need more people's opinions, including the old and even the young.
We need a lot of opinions now. So now, let's talk while we eat.
Kuan Lunzi glanced at everyone and said, then let's talk about the information we have about this matter.
Everyone, let's integrate all the information.
Based on the previous incident at Kunlun Mountain, this Venerable One has reason to believe that some people have already found some sects, families, or even individuals. For example, among all of you present, there might be some people who have secretly contacted some people. We know this very well in our hearts.
May I ask if anyone has contacted them? It's fine if you don't say it.
Of course, if you're in our position, you must still say it. If you have other ambitions, or if you're willing to trust others instead of us, you can choose not to say it. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel.
Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.